19th May so no mode madaje mode maso mode moni mode mo televisions mo hall mo offices mo conference rooms mo kese workplaces ahodo mo nkwankwa anuase mo mpata mo shops mo kiosks mo containers mo de adom yene a awie so no mo ma ye kwa aba yeda mo se maso Owia TV mo na ababe ye mo dia yeni asododo kese eso yeni a ebro so do a Ghana man achre ede achre Owia TV abjan for braso se awie so no yene mo ehia na yene mo efa adwene ewo dwumadi ayato din se Montie ewo Owia television so yese eye juada ede kosifia da bia eye juada ede kosifia da bia wia no miensa ede kosi no nsia na asore Ghana nkomo ne edie ye befa wo ho ye befa me ho ye befa ono soso ho ye benye twaka wo ya brabo ya setenam ye sikasem ya pom dinam ya mamre ne amanye bibia mu de ye di ho nkomo ewo Owia TV dwumadi ya to din se Montie so ewo eye Ghana mema say yetenase a obia fo adwenkyere bra so adwene ba kofo tirim fa so de bra ni nyina ye oman no ne nkyekere ye ene ne nkanko ne ye yonti ene ya na yehia aha ye Owia television say wo kumase ena wutie yen anase o hwe ye ne a ote yen ka o precise 105.9 FM so precise 105.9 FM so midin edi nana Yaw Boamah manfo frame Libia bogadwumadi medem de huntia me Dominic Kwaku Boaten Koku Avrenike Jando akosua somua ya Grace Simon eye eni Bozi asante ebu Benedict nom omunyina tayechi ama bebia wo bia no yetimi ba eba abebe somo ye streami our social media platforms so eye active pa kan ho ho okọ eye Facebook a eye Owia TV okọ Facebook a eye Owia TV hwehwe ho no like page no follow page no subscribe to page no na eya me hu baby a o hwe Owia TV edi free so wiase baby a ye live or digital platforms ni nyina so so and our satellite no so no ye live so dey here and it's our best channel television no Owia TV baby a yaje aboso say oko YouTube so a search Owia TV and say search engine no obo eye Owia TV and say Owia TV official a obe subscribe so no mia notification bell no se be ade bia ye di dwuma aha ebe ma notification ntempara na so aba be kan wabra yenko enyao okọ TikTok so a mo TikTok no ye nyimumu ye stream so honom Owia TV official Owia TV official so no ye stream e honom odro ma follow ye ho na so hu share like so hu mi ade no so na ni nyina enkomodie ene yedi say WhatsApp message and as a text message na opesa o de ba obetimi dia fa 0243 220044 so ami akenka dia ma 0243 220044 so text message and as a WhatsApp message e be kenkan e de amount ewo dwumadie eso so ho enti so aka ye ho a tenase pensuo bi se wo nchen and as a pe drink bi ese wo nchen se waduane bi na wodi a so ma volume ne kakra ma TV no volume ne kakra na wie yebedi nkomo ede afa Ghana ho pa abzafo awie sane ede bia ye hyase no sabepe ene be hyase ede afa ba wie me kasa no eyetiawa so ho masem nyina eni wie masem nyina eni wie masem nyina eno no de minim ene se ade bia hyase wo awrade dem no wie nkonimdie or say God will work it all out so they say God will work it all out bibia Yankopon edi hini wo mu no ewie nkonimdie enti se ye wadwuma a wo ye na wie ena awrade di hini wo mu a twede ampo Nyankopon Allah o di hini wo mu a ede ya ebeyeye de ye hunu ne no e asoche ketu abi e problem ketu abi e your how ketu abi e hye den e strengthen yen am yesue nyansa so ho am yeni aye dene for e nkonimdie no a eho ye nim no so tia se ya kwantu a visa no ye be application e bia ye baako amfa ya mienu amfa ebeyeye se ya ware no a eba dada eba be ma papa bi osika so tia se obehwe uye se ya wo no a o de ne be triplets so quadruplet no ne ade na offer into God will work it all out situation bia ewie ye wom se yare so a oso no awurade won sayade ne mantam pie mu ena yenya yaresa yenim se nyankopon no on sayade e ma doctor fo gi hu sikedie odina yaresa tumi no ebe kan awie amwa sori ama wako nyuma so jeme so amen amen me da se wagimedi sa na awie gentlemen na eka me ho ama yedi dwuma no enie gentlemen na eka me ho awie ama yedi dwumadie no enie Ora George Opoku Amponsa George Opoku Amponsa eka the NPP communication team hom ewo asantemantema say uye no to nchene a uye kuani esa so eye a socialist just be efa Ghana ho efa dasani ho no efa George Opoku Amponsa ho obeka ho awie obetena se na yedi nkomo pi ewo dwumadie eso Moro Yakubu so eka the NDC communication team home Moro Yakubu eka the NDC communication team home Moro Yakubu so no ebetena se awie na yedidi nkomo na yafa adwene de afa eye oman no ho na Alhaji Abdul Salam Isa eye the Ashanti Regional Secretary of CPP or the Ashanti Regional Secretary of CPP Alhaji Abdul Salam Isa so no ebetena se na yedi nkomo de afa Ghana ho medical catchero so o comments o contributions o suggestions bibia o de fa tototo Facebook no so say WhatsApp afa brayen say YouTube afa to honom say TikTok so no akan ho a fa toto honom yebedi nkomo de afa ensem no na yakenkan de amount we gentlemen me ensen me guest awie ewo yedwumadie eso na awie ma yenhye yenkomo na sesei ma yenhye yenkomo na se emfa emfri hasei yehye enkomo na se de efri hasei we the page of the government communication minister honorable Felix Kwachi Ofusu ne page ni ewo Facebook oko the Facebook away the page asata ye peke ade we ya watchro no na be 20 hours ago and opposed to sa adewe honorable Felix Kwachi Ofusu form ningina has to do with abronye kwambafo abronya oye Bono regional chairman ema MPP amanyuku ni sisi a yene mo ekase owo BNI for akachia anototo ekoso ningina ensem bi okan ye edefa otemuafo bia na odi case na officer kwan ya otemuafo no fa so handle case no entweye ndeni okike bi de kire judge ni pa kike bi de kire no ema ya chese allegedly judicial secretary na koye case police station abronya mbaka ya omoche sunyane West MPP communication officer no okoso okwako beli no oduru hono na police for eyere ne se wo abronya ne kra no ye pel ewi ase ne ose afenyo markings ne MPP mpanimfo pia oso omokọ police station hono na dwono no omokọ ekokomo omo bail omokomo omo bail ade eche ne oso omo report omo ekokọ report echire ene yete police for say invite abronya bio okoye no mde ne court a yate se court aremande no amano akwakoda remand say BNI custody na ene e ba ye nem komo no koye bebrebe the general secretary of MPP Kasade for home the flag bearer of MPP Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia issue statement abronye ne detention no ema nipa pino a kasa for home na last week and I said this week Sunday weekend no and the minority leader honorable Alexander Fenyoma Kenelidi minority no more yensem chefo nhyiamu emo kika bi de kire judge na ore Monday abronye no se ono no party obu adibu o musa judge ni bio se wanfa mra anya adwuma obuo pa esefata se yede ma otemuafo bi yede ma judge bi no onya bi mfamfiri ono honorable Alexander Fenyoma Kenene minority no no mo ebio sansam no kan no nipa pinu afi se okasama ne tra so dodo eno nti the government communication minister ora Felix Kwachi Ofusu ekotro sa de we de to ne page ebusa se nti anyem bia Ghana yen lawyers kuo kese Ghana Bar Association no ewo ho omo ye adwuma womo ewo ho a womo follow issues a ekoso wo mayimu ena o matese the minority leader honorable Alexander Fenyoma Ken akeka kasansem no de akire otemuafo bi na affect judiciary ni nyina no moto no mo ehwenesa on the office se ne amanfo akeka say Ghana Bar Association kono eye ekuo bi a eye MPP fo nko an gum no or ya gye di sesa na tie nti wei eye the short and mingan is a ni tintin ni titia of honorable eye Felix Kwache Ofosu na nsem o de tudwa ewo eye ne Facebook na o de tudwa no enam so e ma che se nipa pinu abekasa de fa ho amanfo pinu abekyerekere madwene e de fa ho na adeche about 2 hours ago and da afenyo marking so no e ko reply e wo ne page a e wo Facebook nti so area the page no e verified honorable Alexander Kwamina afenyo marking ono so no e ko reply e correspond ye to eye ensem na amanfo e keka say oye senior member of the bar na ke say Ghana Bar Association ko no ne eja lawyer fo eko no oye bra pani wo ho oye lawyer adwuma enye na nti omu fi se ne nsem na okan ye no ano den ano hye ya na wo se enka ohwe ne kasam eye and am so ma honorable Alexander Afejo Market so no ebe kire ebe justify die nti a o chocho sansem na se okeka sansem no or press conference na se ene o kire mu se it is both ethical and within my constitutional right to call out a judge who has no respect for the law and the rights of citizens. Na say na sem ni tietia ni tintin ene ni tietia nyina akoye say on the office otemuafo ana say judge bia one for buo amamra no wamu amanfo fa ahodie ene omu yie yo no enya de a ono no che say obuo ese fata wo se de ma no na all rights so tia say oka side pano o che na dwene e de fa ne niema oyeye ho nti honorable Alexander Afenyo Market so no eja bekeka bia na enu ache so osa ba bio oka wewie no osa so e ba bio na this time there na direct to Felix Kwache Ofosu ne nsem a wode etudwa no nti another will say it is ethical for the circuit court night judge in the Abronye case to refuse no but say is it ethical for the circuit court night judge in the Abronye case to refuse to release his ruling to Abronye's lawyers after 6 days? What is the judge afraid of? Is he still editing or he's having some technical hitches or possibly the computer in the courtroom has crashed? Should such a judge be taken serious? Does he deserve the respect of right-thinking members of the society? Into way, honorable Afenyo Market, the obekan ye no de kire se ne nsem na waka no oda so agina baby ogina eno kire and about the next slide then na obe kire ye Felix Kwache Ofosu and eja Ghana Bar no say the remand order was made on so hu and oye ye ni nyina and na ode ba kire time a judge no every Monday no 13th May 2026. Today is 19th May 2026. Yesterday the registrar told Abronye's lawyers the records book was still with the court. This morning, the story is that the court is sitting. Can the Chief Justice or the Judicial Secretary intervene in this? Can the GBA treat this as an urgent matter and appeal to the Circuit Court night judge to release his ruling? Tinaja so mo twen say judge no or remande Abronye wie nenkeja or the ruling ebe ba bonti nte honsam eno no. Na sa back and forth GBA omo MPP for buy na asem we buy no mon kasai omon condemn Afenyo Market ne nsem a wachocho ne nsem a wakeka no Ghana Bar Association pedimfo so no ababonten na oma responde to Felix Kwache Ofosu tag bia wo de ato om so omo de aban ne fi so omo ya MPP for dodo enu ntina ma asem no omo enkasa ho yenti Ghana Bar Association for omo a response a omo so de ma Felix Kwache Ofosu na yento ankomo no so. For na ye hwese ye benya ora chese Ghana Bar Association pedimfo mo so no a response a omo de ema Felix Kwache Ofosu wo saa enkomo yi ho se o tag wonum se omo ye MPP for enu ntina honorable Alexander Afenyo Market ne minority ne nsem omo kan ye e de fa judge no ho no bisi ne omo en responde ye omo me condemn ye e me hye ye omo entwesa ensem no ensan ewo ehonom ensensem eno akire ene the minority ye hwe ne mu se Ghana Bar Association for no ensem okay, yenkuti Ghana Bar Association for no yenkuti omo eso
that every time this matter is, that doesn't come as a surprise. It's rather disappointing that every time this matter keeps coming up, it appears the many problems that Ghanaians are worried about, sanitation, galamsey, we don't want to act on those ones. Anytime GBA speaks at certain times, it speaks for certain people and it doesn't speak for certain people. How long can we continue to do this? It's becoming a ritual. Can we move away from this? In any case, all those or most of those people who say these things are in leadership. If they have identified a problem, my understanding of leadership is providing solutions to problems. What have they done about it? Because it is only one group of lawyers that we have. We are all lawyers belonging to one group. If there's an issue, how do we deal with it? Every time GBA is a wing of MPP. I don't know that. To me, it is not true. If it were true, I don't think I would have been granting this interview today.
Evia kuji wono ene ye kasama for PRO ede Ghana lawyer fo nyina omo eku kese Ghana Bar Association ko no na na ono soso no ede nchiremu eba na omasa condemn honorable Alexander Afenyoma ke ne nsemu a ene West na oyusu ye editi a judge na omo fi se ano den ano hyedodo na eni kwan so okone sa na no eche soso no Felix Kwachofosu government communication minister so no as a coin bi so o ne commenter or the 20 page so no person kire say Ghana Bar Association for na kwakoye an MPP group no na no so no omo kasa de atia ewo ho no obisan for ene yanto aso say ene MPP dom no the petition koma Ghana ambassadors no mo Ghana no so ambassadors no mo Ghana nyina no omo ekokoma omo krata diplomatic call no omo ekokoma omo ekrata koyi omo asochiri se bebi oman no eduro no sese de okasa wo mayimu a na ban wote so ama na police for ne na soja for aba be chew BNI for chew a police for chew na TikTok nyina no omo ekasa wo no nyina cheche a ene ye cheche wo omo including omo original chairman wo Bono region so akokasa e de afa judge bi ruling ho amene omo ache no a owo BNI for ekukum na ene chese mpenifo P MPP mpenifo na B nom chese the youth organizer of MPP members of parliament omo etutu America eko honom na honorable Frank no dompre where minority chief whip so no ekasa kakra edefa de esi hom o kire se be MPP aduro no so man ka omo ho amomu a yese nkunim adi nkunim no nya de beba no hunu se be anie mekeka kososo no ase nkunim ye MPP amanyuko dia eno eche so no okasa se be andi susu aduro no ase je se wo mo tetofom tia no mo teko no munim so mbe tia to but o man hu susu se ebe ye ntem se nto osrese MPP wono mo enka omo ho emmum onabo Frank adodompre esoso de eni.
If there is any time that this party should take back the reins of governance, it is certainly 2028 and not beyond 2028. We have to hold hands, band together, close ranks, because the hope of the multitude of Ghanaians, the millions of Ghanaians, the farmers, the market women, and all the people of this country, you visit the countryside and all they say is that ye need damoso. The MPP is the party of development. And if you scan the history of this country, you do a simple profile of the history of this country, our tradition and our party has proven to be effective, to be capable in turning around the fortunes of our country. Victory is in our hands, and we cannot afford to let 2028 slip by. We in leadership, extended leadership, and all the people who matter as far as this caucus is concerned, we have to draw the line and say that whatever it takes, inshallah, by the grace of the Almighty, the NDC must go back to where they belong. I thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I dare say that the NDC government has become unpopular even faster than we anticipated. And it did not take long for their shallowness to be exposed at every level. We will therefore be doing ourselves a disservice if we do not intensify the pressure of accountability and strike whenever they are exposed. Millions of Ghanaians deserve to know the true nature of their government in order to make the right decisions of leadership. The task certainly is not beyond us. Let us fight once again, prove our superior management of the affairs of this country. You and I have important roles to play, and today we are gathered here because of these roles. By strategizing effective ways to achieve our objectives, we can coordinate our activity to achieve the best results while remaining sensitive to the will, hopes, and aspirations of the millions of Ghanaians who believe in us.
Frank ano dompre ye emrasebe dwani a owo mrasebe gefie ma de hye wo nsawam ado agiri abato mpeso ya so ene yete ne nka nti holiday minority no emre omo de omo petitions koma embassies ahodo no ne ambassadors ahodo no eche o madwene si so de yekoso wo mayim okokasa ne ye eche wo okokasa ne ye de BNI for tata wo okokasa na ye de aposifo tata wo a enne the Bono regional chairman of MPP Wambafo Abronye wada eye BNI for akachie no ho ensem no nabusuafo me emfa ntomanem se eye judge na oremande Abronya na honorable Alexander Afenyoma kene kire se eye ni ruling na woso de ba onfa ma ya na akọ create problem no nabusuafo me emfa nto gya se for the last be 2 hours so say 3 hours so say o release eye ni ruling no e de aba or the ruling no ababonting ama we are told say Abronye lawyers ensa akabia ye wo say omo ejina so edi ye bia no omo etwa so ede akwakoye nti ni ruling no a na on release ya enam so ma eye honorable Alexander Afenyoma keneke kabi ede kire judge no tutu bi de mane no ende yate say ewie ya we release eye ruling no ama eni MPP lawyers no omo ensa kabisa so and Abronye lawyers so no ensa kabia they also omo to so ede ye bia no omo ede to so akwakoye we latest awo Abronye case no ho yate say abusuafo koi say ja omo kwakowe be bia woda na say bia eja mpesie bia omo popo de akwakoma no eno so yate say emperimfo amma omo kwan ama omo enya access to kwambafo Abronye we na abusuafo ni bi ensema omo ede tuga ene omo be no ni nyina de ba ewo Abronye ensem sem no ho yento aso na yen consem fufrom ye de monko chairman wuntumi ni case no ho chairman wuntumi ni case no ho na abusuafo manimusam ba bia ya ba bedro chairman wuntumi ni case no ho ni nyina Tano numeri forester ene oboram anasa Summer Boy mame nkaresa Summer Boy forest oboram allegedly omo chese okodi gala ho akogbubu nua akose kwaye ho no mo a ene wogina mra no eme tututu na no no obeka ya na lawyer fo de kokotu dwa wo court so omo fi se attorney general no ene aban no omo ntimi mfa dance emu oduro bia ma ya enu nti wo se court no ejina so ebu achema wo ntimi fo nti omo de koto court wanim se be ya court no mo asem no entumu court no se da bi omo hwa dance fo e ba court no na omo fi se omo de dance ye bai enti chema wo ntimi ne na lawyer fo no so no enfo mo de emra anyesa court no beto aso na de wo so ye bia no wakọ na wakọ akoyo ene nam so amabusiafo yaba bedru ba bia ye dru sesei na enne so omo court ene omo court na omo free court opie no ena lawyer ema chairman wontumi lawyer Andy Apiakubi ye former MP de ma this year e wa Asante Achem North abatom peso so one nsemtwefo di nkomo asema okan ye ni o say we need prayers yenti lawyer Andy Apiakubi yenti.
Oh, the only thing is that we need prayers. We're working hard on these 3 cases. This case of Exim Bank has been adjourned for a month for the prosecution to prepare the documents and discover them so that we can rely on the documents in the prosecution. So we are fine, except that prayers are necessary. The point is that if you are the first to go to court, I mean, the Bible says in the Proverbs that when you go to court and give your case, you need to wait for the next person to give his case before judgment can be pronounced. Yes, Proverbs 18:17. So this is the beginning of the Odi Partem rule that all parties must be heard. It is from Ecclesiastes, and we are confident that when our case is also heard, then the public will also have a sense of the direction of the two sides, and then we'll prefer our own independent opinions that will probably support the judgment of the court or be a critique of the judgment of the court.
Our lawyer, Edema chairman, won't to me, Ura Bernard and Chibu Siakon, Sa, any a friend on mum, a Yaman for Sadam Rania, Chairman won't to me on more different friend. A lawyer and the appear could be a lawyer, a day, a man on the neck, or more court now, Mupi and noir, or the sansom where tons and for him say, baby a drone dear, a empire, and no more here, lawyer Nika, we are not just what him say, I didn't we a lawyer and the appear could be in someone. What they etuja and you go so the more court to you go the more court to there's another ruling a free court a buyer a free a Supreme Court a buyer there's another ruling a free a Supreme Court a buyer say mobe kaya already atam the OSP the Office of the Special Prosecutor at the Eco Supreme Court at there or say baby a ye or say Supreme Court HHM the Office of the Special Prosecutor no ni tumia emrano ede amano se ontimi mfo bi enko court enko no kwadu wa bra the Attorney General's office ema ne kwan ema ne tumi krata ema ne clearance se onye saade no na enu na chese akwakoye twema mentwe sese enam so ema Attorney General akọ se okọ na wakwako defend eye aban no ene the Office of the Special Prosecutor yete said the Office of the Special Prosecutor na mu Troy e de concern ko be pese ono asoso no ebeba a Supreme Court ono na nka oba be defend omo stance ne emra no se ne isi kire de emma wo mo so mbetimi I investigate obi na ono achesu no o masaso na kwa kogina court na emra ene no aye adwuma na numu a ene beto dwa se civil society organizations be 14 bi aba bonten chese there be oman no yedro no se yesi ye ni abre ne yepese ye tu kata sese yepese ye tu proye yepese ye tu kankan ase a o se ye makwan ema the Office of the Special Prosecutor no etimi prosecute obi eno nti no omo srey se beya Supreme Court ema kwan ma omo soso no sa 14 civil society organizations no omo meka asem ne hu bi omo former lawyer for mra na omo former nyina so mra court Supreme Court no mo na Supreme Court mpeni former kwan a omo so ma kire senti a omo fi se the Special Prosecutor na say the Office of the Special Prosecutor o se ye man kwan no prosecute na ebe boama katasese dream di kankane proye ano abrase kakra ewa ha sei na nam so menne Supreme Court etena ase no miemfa entugya se the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana Justice Paul Bafuboni judge for mo tena asem no so no ono ene tena so ene anopei emma mo tena case no so no ono ne tena so se presiding judge ena other judges no e kan ho na omo rule say yema kwan na civil society organizations no emekon. It was say Supreme Court admits 14 civil society organizations into OSP's constitutionality case. The Supreme Court admits 14 CSOs in OSP's constitutionality case. Into way a ruling na Supreme Court in for a day a buyer. Now lawyers are omuko jinem de emasa 14 civil society organizations no omo address media no na enti omo nsemo mo de tu jakakra.
As you heard the lead counsel Kizito Bayo clearly put before the court, we believe that when I say we, not as lawyers, I'm talking about the CSOs that are coming in, believe that the court deserves a certain view that is currently missing in the argument. And that's what has been put before the court. And thankfully, as you heard my lords, they have read the the brief, and they appreciate that it is important and it will help the court to come to, as His Lordship said, the Chief Justice said, a lasting solution. So this is good news for us as a team.
As you heard our lead counsel, Senior Kizito Beyo, say, we are appearing before the court on behalf of these 14 NGOs as neutrals, and as neutrals to bring a certain perspective to the case. So our main argument is for the court to look at the history on the establishment of this office, and we are calling the court's attention to some interpretative matters that they will also need to look at. So that's what we can say up until this point, because we are now going to put our full arguments before the court, and we don't want the court to be hearing it in the media before it gets to their table. So
lawyer Sir Samson Ladi ene a lawyer for a ho emo kokondema sa 14 civil society organizations no and omo address media no ewo Supreme Court anymore no Montie. Supreme Court admits 14 CSOs in OSP's constitutionality case. Na just say Supreme Court agiatum say 14 CSOs no ebitima ba join case no na ejade omo wa omo fi say eye awon de be ka case no no omo edi aba beka eye case no ho nti we eye Supreme Court ene OSP sensem no ebusiafo baby asese ya ba bedro ewo san komo no ye di ka di san komo no pi no a ewo Montie dwumadie so pi ewo eye efia ha say ye di hu komo pi nti we the latest update ya de mamo ewo OSP no ni tumi owo enu nti otumi de obi court anase oni tumi no ho nsem baby a ya ba begina sese eno no ebusiafo me ye nto aso na memfa monko Asante Achem North. Ma memfa monko Asante Achem North. Asante Achem North constituency. Ebusiafo eyemanimusam de SC ewo Asante Achem North constituency. De SC ene se omo member of parliament Ohene Kwame Frimpong si ene mo kase owo eye Netherlands abonten so owo Amsterdam ni nyina ene se Dutch aposifo asodumu anase security agencies na wo Netherlands abonten so asodumu ni nyina FBI for na eyi o masutire se omo enso owura yi mu emfa emma wonum na ewie ya ye ba studio no na ye tie se in less than that is 48 hours in be 48 hours just say be 2 days me boa ana me boa yes be 2 days time na just say that is omo de Ohene Kwame Frimpong court in so I'll say Asante Achem North MP to appear before Dutch court in 48 hours. Asante Achem North MP to appear before Dutch court in 48 hours. Now, ebusa for sadie we ba ya. And a man for start so mu busa question say, "Hey, na de kika koi die." Na che say, "No sa no." Na se kire say ni by election bi betimi aba na if say omo a empempi omo de omo ni FBI ene sa international cases no omo to nkra say ya na sa cases no enta nwie ntamo se bia ebitimi kobe afe ebitimi kobe mfie mienu ebitimi kobe 6 months ebitimi koche so wanya na fokora no eye bia bosome ensia nti sa bre ya and yemfa ntugya say kwa court no in 48 hours time no ebza for enye na sem no ana omo koso eye say omo de ne bema FBI for no ama omo de na kwa America ana say ombema no atena eye Netherlands krom honomo na de wosemra esie bia no emra enedia na say ombeja no ama na baga ne mema say na de emra ewo akire bia no emra no aka na eno ena sa Dutch court no ekwa akotena asem no so ansana omaba na sem na bone kra FBI for no hu say waya enu ntomo ma posifo anase security agencies eche no ewo eye Netherlands abonte so jabusia for enie na eno na akwa busa akopega sa question we ediaba akopega sa question we ediaba ewo ne constituency wo say will there be a by election in Asante Achem emrano esesei emrano esesei enya lawyer for but at least so yesu ehunu kakra adwumai kakra ya ye emfie bebre ni aba bedro ene aso a de atoto fom aloyafo animdifo ene omadi nkomo sene emra no ese empempi de besiam yetima ye by election no ene ebase a yeche MP anase MP bi ho kokodi adwamu a eya ebi asi penyana na ebi si ye no ede ade ne kokosi ye ewo mayemu ye wo two president abusiafo ye de ebramo awie na yabobbo so nti yebusa se would there be a by election in Asante Achim North na emra no esesei so what say emra no esesei nti yenhye yenkomo na se emfa emfiri eye ahasei yenhye yenkomo na se emfa emfiri eye ahasei yese yenkomo na se ede efiri hasei na ya grace ya na so hu de atoso na eja yen listeners ni ye viewers a omo ehwe ne jom person omo kenkane a omo timi akenkane bi kakra also following the arrest and detention of the member of parliament for Asante Achim Ohene Kwame Frimpong, or popularly known as OK Frimpong in the Netherlands, there have been suggestions that there is going to be a by-election in the constituency. Well, these suggestions are accurate. Are these suggestions accurate? What are the conditions necessary for a by-election to happen in Asante Achim North? Inti, for where ye question a man for ebusa ena eja yesusu ebusa bie se omo busa sa nya bia by-election betimi abaso no eto asomu ana ena konta nenzo obey ebusa for eto asomu say first of all for a by-election to happen the Speaker of Parliament, who is now Alban Kingsford Sumana Bagben, must declare the constituency seat vacant. Speaker Nkwa, the Speaker of Parliament in Kwana obetimi a declare say sa seat way akunya way ay simra sebe gefie ma say no ye declare ni vacant. Any kwan say obia etena so na yatam de efri honum na eja watro de akwa electoral commission na de also mo ye no wono abo akire na omo aye ehon nsem eno no yenko the next slide there. So yenko the next slide inti se okọ Ghana ye 1992 constitution ne mu a ye emra na etintim na fe apem ahankron e de okonom mienu a abusianfo say neka or say what the 1992 constitution says about vacancy in parliament and by-elections. There Ghana amamra constitution ya amamra ni nchiama no eka edefa eye ekobase bia ye kase MP wei eni ho enu nti na konya na ba be dampan enu nti no yenko ne yenkoto aba foforo de enyi nipa foforo na omesi eye adehye na nem omra se begefie mu a Ghana 1992 constitution no eka sei nti sa wokenkane a o say the constitution of Ghana clearly states the conditions under which a seat in parliament can be declared vacant and being detained or facing extradition proceedings is not one of them. Unfortunately, I say, and to say, Honorable Ohene Kwame Frimpong say yache no, and I say be in the next 48 hours, ye dia to just mo oba be court, Netherlands abonte suwe say all court no, and I say ye bet tam no din free Netherlands abonte so na kwa America, and I say ye didn't be call my be aso and yet one of the conditions I don't know yet in so ni bia itimi gina so ekase yenkoye by election ewo Asante Achim eno no de enka ho anase bia sabre ya che no a ontimi ma Ghana no eno no yetimi gina so declare ni seat ni vacant ya na me yekoye by election na abusuafo eno no de according to the 1992 constitution no enka ho eno ti na o chechi mu ase say being detained or facing extradition proceedings is not one of them. Now, over Article 97 of the 1992 Constitution, and na eka ensem ni nyina efa kwanya ye befa so ebia MPB ye declare any seat no vacant. It was say Article 97 of the Constitution, which touches on the tenure of MPs, lists resignation, death, and a member of parliament being found guilty of a crime as some of the reasons for the declaration of seats to be vacant. Inti we let's kakra odi ama yen say ebia MP no be decide say obe resign and I say Nyankopon ebeto nsa ede afre no mame mamu MP a or resign no a typical example mbeka ya yekoto aba bi ewo talency yekoto aba by election bi wo talency talency by election no na MP na wo honom no na oye dehye ebisanfo na oye dehye te se nke bia asantemam anase bia wo amohwe won kran na bia gamanche akonya na ababeto manu sisumuna so nananom momfa encheme so na akonya na ababeto na meme Yaw Boamah me MP na me dehye a medi akonya ne bia yiye mpanimfo transe nananom transe a omugu nse yi apaye no akonya na yi me se me na memra me dia de no akonya me kwa kodie ne mu odu chense medi MP no na me de krata akọ resign se mintimi ni MP ni bi ofise me kwa akodi hene ewo eye me krom na makọ akosom ma de hye kwan foforo so enu nti se wokọ sa bre no be kan ya talent by election no eye MP no e de krata akọ e de akonya ne to ho ene ma omokoye eye by election e wo hodom se ba se MP a ofri mu a na anu ya akwatia so hu young man ofri mu no ebusiafo yekoye by election ho no ena East Ayawaso anas yes East Ayawaso de Baba Jamal no kutamu no good MP no so efri mu anas e bia MPB ebekwa akodi bone so ho bekwa akwa bone na e bia emra so no mu so ho emra so no mu no na emra ene no ekwa akodi so ho na chese emra na bua no fo se wa yemfom so eno no yegina so etimi e declare seat no vacant eno so ehon nsem eno no so ho enti yenko the next slide so ho enti ha say o say so hwe eye ensem no a eye article 97 no etro ye no a o say here are the exact words of article 97 ye no ye mfa bi nka ho ye nyi bi mfrim se ne emra ne ka ne pepepe no sa ne ye no say a member of parliament shall vacate his seat in parliament upon a dissolution of parliament so to say upon a dissolution of parliament no so home nti yebeko B so home oko B a or say if he is elected as speaker of parliament nti to say bianca honorable Alban Kingsford Sumana Bagbin so home na nke bia no da so ye MP de ma na Dolly Kaliofo so home na yakwa akoto abayi no se omeye speaker of parliament ebasa no a odi na dwuma beto honom se MP de ma adehia ewo na Dolly Kalio ebusanfo what say enti eno so eho asem no or say if he is absent without permission in writing of the speaker and he is unable to offer a reasonable explanation to the parliamentary select committee on privileges for 15 sittings of a meeting of parliament during a period that parliament has been summoned to meet and continues to meet. Inti neja se sekoba se bia oni ho wanfa krata bia ma amekire die ntia so ho nti nnema yebetime gina so aka se yekoba election won peso bi so ene ye bobo so yi nti no matre ni se oni ho na wan tro krata bia nkoba speaker of parliament anche die ntia wontimi emeye adwuma na bia yede obekọ privileges committee se mbeka ya honorable Saraju Asafo de ne privileges committee honorable Kennedy Ohene Japan de ne privileges committee ewiase speaker ruling ena eye save wonum yenko the next one see if he is expelled from parliament after having been found guilty of contempt of parliament by a committee of parliament nature say edu ba bia usu ena obai na oniema bia wo ye no utimi to parliament mra ena zo mutimi ntina so e de you free emra se be fium ye declare seat no vacant e me ye by election if any circumstance arise such that if he were not a member of parliament and they would cause him to be disqualified or ineligible for election under Article 94 of this constitution. In Article 94, no so no ema conditions and yama obetimi ejina so na ode ababe mra sebegani sebia you should be of so sound mind, also already 21 years, also be at the last 10 years so only criminal record be at also if he resigns from parliament, if he resigns from office as a member of parliament by writing under his hand address to the speaker. So enana me can say omo echo talents no eduru ho no na say talents mrasebe dwane abusiafo na che say ono so atro e de akoma eye mrasebe dwane say eye otoaso a enye yi ewo ehonomo so hu eno so eho ensem no eno toaso a edoso also if he leaves the party of which he was a member or asset enti say obeka ya mamemfa wenye example say be ya obeti ase former MP lawyer Andrew Amuako Esiama obeka hye no so NPP ekoye primaries also onko primaries no na MPP dim na no de wo parliament edu baby o declare say obeko independent o declare say obeko independent no a na get say MPP party no wafrim nti MPP for no chro de koi parliament say yempam no speaker of parliament that time no Michael Kwe epam no edifrim na se be fiem eno so beye nsem bebrebe ema eno so no ebeye kese dikedika ewo mamu eno so no obetimi agina so na ye de apamo anase bia yato abama h no yato abama se ko parliament na ebia meme no te se ohene kwa me frimpon oduru parliament ono no a na wakase sese kra de meme ba se independent no sese no me ko na sese de makwa join NDC unse oni majority no na eyi adwuma but on joining NDC party no obisafo mate ase on joining NDC party the moment obe joining NDC party no ye be declare ni seat no vacant e ho no mo amyakọ na yakọ akoto aba. And the standing orders of parliament also state that it is only the speaker who can declare a seat vacant under any of the constitution stated above. Obisafo so what you say aha and honsem so no and na yanko the next slide we yenfa the next slide we so no entwa so by election no mu a obisafo and so ehon ensem nie or say even after the speaker has declared a seat vacant, there is still a process to follow for a by-election to be held. Inti na say by-election no kra no ya declare seat ni say e vacant no still eno no nche ade eche ya na yakọ by-election no emra ne nhihye bi wo ho no ma wo si di so ansana etimi yakọ ye. Or say the clerk of parliament is to notify the Electoral Commission of Ghana of the vacancy in parliament, and the commission within a stipulated period is expected to hold the by-election. So, it's Article 112 of the 1992 Constitution states that whenever a vacancy occurs in Parliament, the Clerk of Parliament shall notify the Electoral Commission in writing within 7 days after becoming aware of the vacancy has occurred, and a by-election shall be held within 30 days after the vacancy occurred, except that where the vacancy occurred through the death of a member, the by-election shall be held within 60 days after the occurrence of the vacancy. And today, say, in Chichimwa, a wohunye, said the clerk of parliament, Papa Bina Yana so, and not to speak anymore. Oh, no, and a benam son, what chokra, aquacoma, and no cry based on the instructions of the speaker. What tried the Aquacoma Electoral Commission for say, Boo, Akunyamba Aquato, Akunyamba Akuni Honum, into Munyan, Niankotoa Bana, Yenyi. Nipa no mesi adesio mo sampesua no so anem no say ye bo e mama ne ye bo parliament amane abro so within 7 days like say na wotwe de o say parliament ye chances ye no na omokobo electoral commission amane omobo electoral commission amane electoral commission so abro so abosome 30 days also omo ye hye ne ekoto aba no na mom emra ne kire se koba se bia de ma akonya ne beto ye ne ye se MP na frim te se okọ akwati a MP ne frim oko kumawu a MP ni frim oko edwoso MP ni frim oko Easter ya waso abaton pesua so MP ni frim a ende ye kotra 30 days no ebe ye 60 days ena eya omo electoral commission gina so ede ye nhyehyɛ na ye koto eye by election ewo eye ehodnom so ho nti eno so ho nsɛm eno no na fe yemfa we entwa so o say timelines example timelines. Or say the Asante Achem legislator has currently been detained by law enforcement agencies in the Netherlands. Multiple reports have confirmed that he was arrested because of an arrest warrant issued by United States government, which is investigating him over some alleged financial crimes, including money laundering. And I just say, ekosa, so ekosa, ediemba, edien, eba birira, eye, just say, enkomoni pinumwa. So home. Inti Ediemba, also this means that authorities in the Netherlands must now decide whether he shall be extradited to the United States or not. Also, the security agencies have to take OK from POM to a court for a judge to determine whether there is a case for him to answer in the United States. Extradition hearing typically takes several months, if not years, especially when they involve high-profile personalities such as a politician. In terms of say Oshe eye enchichimu what they meya and wamayen nipa mienu eye honorable Erika Moating ene eye Uradan agbedakwi ye tie nie onabo Erica Montie no ye MP demand this year war Nkransa North and mobeka hye ne so a mampani dada John Ajekum de wo kofo peso no ye MPP MP na omoche no ewo eye America bonte so chesensem no koye bibiribi abusanfo omoche the case no court no ye ya kutekute mu a for in 2007 oh and for court no ejeli honorable Erica Montie in 2007 and a court no ejeli honorable Erica Montie ewo eye ehonomo nti na just say ye che no in 2005 no it take 2 years ansana the case no omutimi edi amana free honum ama eye wanya ni tiri edidim eno ena ma amanfo ebusa sa question we say iti anyembia no by election ebetimi abaso ewo Asante Achim North ano a evize ono soso no wakwakonya asem ewo FBI for ensem ewo America mem ono soso no eja FBI for na detain ne te se honorable Erica Montie die ya charges no every day kwadu ne de omde abono every day but honorable Erica Montie so we say ne esi cheye be 2 years ena omudi asem no ansa na omu jeli no amana kwa akodam ene ode tutu we hu a nti amanfo hu ne se sitting MP untimi absent ho for be 2 years for be ebia 1 year na ebia o se wanya asem enu nti no uni asem no nwie ya ma wadehye ne nya obi ma ne nsi omanam na yese ko hye mere bi wo parliament na jese ekonya insusanso wo muso a na omo eye ne danie enti wei eye baby a ya ba bedro ewo eye Asante Achim North eye insensem no nti ebia for in 48 hours honorable eye okay Frimpong honorable okay Frimpong ohine kwame Frimpong omo ede ne be court ewo Netherlands mem on the be court or Netherlands mem 48 hours here even say 2 days nti the constituency for betima kain pai bom so ho betima komuko to dwanim na erade eja abam erade de wo bibia mu a so ho ewie peyo na wabam na eja ode nsa keka koma bi na asem no atoboko se be ya yebenya emra se be dwani no waba be som na this year o started so well what I say o started so well our parliament na meka so no nko the first member of parliament o meki eye nsem e the local language mu twi ma manfo se the nkrofo no the asem no soma na otwi mu twi ya no motie nto be ka ne sa se be on bete se o ka asem no o ye no translate ye no de ma eye clerks no emomo so parliamentary hazard no so e capture into starting so well tie empire and say in the next 48 hours time of 48 hours no by so no for by now the event say swat baby be 8 hours and I say 5 hours be by the next be 40 hours normally honorable echo a court na court akwa could determine say yemfa no come America for no America mema na say yemfa no mra Ghana na say yema ntina Holland mem ho no na omonto asem so for baby ya ba be drew eno no e wa asem ho no mame emma guest na kwaba mame emma makrache for na kwaba na yenkodi enkomo nti awiai George Opoku Amponsa yekuani so ho George Opoku Amponsa eye kuani eja oyekua so ho bibia about society fa no ho osaso ka NPP communication team no ho di muntintimai pa George Opoku Amponsa ebeka me ho awiai na yedi nkomo ewo fidiem hase so na Moro Yakubu so ka the NDC communication team ho ewo Asante Mantama say Moro Yakubu so no ebeka me ho ewofia na yedi enkomo na Alhaji Abdul Salam Isa the birthday boy so the birthday boy so beka ho na yedi enkomo oka eye Alhaji de oye the CPP regional secretary so Alhaji so beka ho na yedi enkomo ewofia say mama gentleman na kwaba na yentwa so emfa emfree say George good afternoon ebusiafo no ho ye boys no ho ye boys many miro kra many miro kra
Ushimbe 3-4 days na unhu oba this will be explain you
yes
reason so antoasmu
omo no
questions
za Obeji di. Azima na me papa kan no. Ubiza question so there. Obeji di. Onsuma what the baby na akofo na banti. All right so obiza say dey dia. O weje ho no mo a. O ene basa so no so my worried. O muhu Oluman say no my worried. So
very interesting.
Oh yeah.
Baby I make say parenting an institution on its own.
Yeah.
Nya de bia obi a na betimi aye.
Yeah.
This a oji tum say e share wo ho na abedi share no so.
Yeah.
Ansana wetimi aye. Sajuma.
Yeah.
I mean, because we ask and say, "Oh my, one he said, "Yeah, you might have for." I mean, Ansana me by studio, so now me you go good in come. Now me go tell whom come be pa station you back. Go take FM.
George, okotin come be.
Dinner
Oh, Edipa. Edipa pa. Oh, Edipa. Dr. Carsene. Oh, mini obiati ye.
Ana Jessica pa.
No. Obesa you agumo. If as a Jessica pa no. No besa you agumo.
Oh, but
Come on, eh? I
Unipano. Ushene nim fefe no kwa.
Wa?
Ubeka se onim bibi.
Wo be se no.
Yen, asafo di enim bi odo sunu mi o. Fesiwa.
Eno fesiwa. To talk wa ya. Ya me fie ni e wo no. Mo. Eno no ba. Alhaji Akwaba.
Enua.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Na CPP party boboko.
Ya bado.
Ya de radio ase pa. We dey ma ye share your common ase. So na ye mobo so a. Me sure say Alhaji, what follow IMF yi ya exit any matters are rise. Eno akra na me kote brofo bi ye say frɛ no policy coordination instrument. Is it this is the first time Ghana such a policy eba ede amaye. E bi kire say politically e bi kire say as a president any gidie won vice ewo the finance minister mu ebi so chese ente saa na ebeboa yen ama investors enya confidence in our economy na rating agencies no so no aboa yen ese no kra no policies a IMF for no normally they do it together with Ghana yankasa the ebeboa yen involve loan bia o de ma involve ske bia but the ebeboa yen ama etimi akọ yen ba manfo bisa say ya exit IMF Alhaji what next e dey na what ye
That's wow, I'm in chair na min chair iti fo na min chair minia George. More de time I never pay na always excuse.
Oh.
Until Monday.
Oh.
All my okona crate.
Oh.
End of this month e be na ye. Mo still late. Mo say late dey a year late na oyo.
A year late when you sure so ye preparations inti. And na mana why late no. Na ye ni wia.
You wonder about.
Mo.
We do producers ne iti fo na na. Nedi kai exiting from IMF means conditions IMF the mouse say for meeting and sana 5 years na drew. What we meeting now in terms of fiscal policies and the monetary policies now. Once a year IMF at that time, their debt to GDP was 85%.
Debt to GDP was 85%.
Their reserve was less than 3 weeks.
Alhaji the OTA as our name we want to
say. Debt to GDP that is a sika a kaya and your GDP, your gross domestic product, Ghana, a Juma in a case of Bomoa. A moon 85% a kaya dear.
Oh, okay.
Your card, a 5 scanner, a yen the whole Ghana, a yen 85%. 15%.
15%.
And there's a commerce, Ghana, the currency of a gigant sick in Akrana, 15% per the back the Baboya bra. So you see a sika saying, and for say, oh, sick in our win 1 million. No, you become 85 cities. So you can say, 15 cities.
Okay, Matthias.
That time it means that you sick some in your cry. Now share CD to a friend saying, yeah, dollar we I basa. Now I'm buying to win 20 debt to extend that. You have a debt distress nation. Yeah. But because person will say risk now could do high. You could do or say D or say DD whatever. They say ye be ye. But no be a crump person will be here. Now IMF can say I'm best support you. You go to IMF because you have a bailout. Bailout and I didn't know. You buy more dollars. And they are control your city. But in my city, depreciating is no demand for dollar no. It does send dollar in the market.
Okay.
The higher the demand, the higher the price. And I'm saying Bank of Ghana any dollar out of the shamun. Now Abuchi determine the price. Abuchi at Alaba. So Bank of Ghana say dollar no cry 10 cedis or nibi. Abuchi at Alaba say 15 cedis will be. To what a businessman you prefer maybe I want at an expensive cost no work to is all issue. That's all maybe anywhere AMI. Now Bank of Ghana cannot even regulate the dollar. Because now why I say dollar be do 17 cents. Empire be doing do. Why? Because we don't have dollar to inject in the system. Now IMF buy with a $3 billion agreement, it serve 3 purposes. One, MIA a dollar. Printing on my $700 million, it means injection in the system.
Okay.
2, a guarantee provide do more say the economy no be able to and the end collapse. And a third, a wash it speculation say see the depreciate more because the more who say dollar about system the more who see the bed a bear one day. And the honor on be so number so no my condition say you make sure say by the 5 years time I be free DDP be free a year IMF now your debt as I doing the labor from 85% to 55%. That means I'll say wash by 30% of our debt within the period of 5 years. Now to me a sad it means say your economy is stronger that we can go into the market and government because that time now oko flow to bond crabby they already walk around to So what we did as a country at that time, first time also a relief of heavy debt. How do you do that? Also draw the debt no who say and find the mood drew. And the other whom you say debt power a bond. The Euro bonds are a flow to you. And the international creditors are mobile busia. Now Euro bonds that time na is kakese and I'm close to say 50 something billion dollars. And yeah international creditors number 14 to 15 billion dollars. So we started with local one because you don't want any idea if you did. So I want to make it want to make one thing. So it was a good measure. Abani was able to do what we call DDEP. And then they spread the DDEP to 9 years. If we cry a year, 7 years, 9 years. Why government didn't say a coupon a demand on your bond say afisua a buying scab to your account. Meaning I consider it as a debt. In praying they have few way at me at that time in 2023. I buy some because a car made into the mint. So that's year no, you need to be the first year no be about 0 coupon. In finance you 0 coupon I say, who say a cash coupon, a coupon more or less like a receipt amount or do you say
to say cheat.
Ha, for good use.
Okay.
0 coupon just say BBI and coupon so do go 0 coupon. Next year we 5%. It depending on how the maturity of your bond is.
Okay.
Can say bond so mostly mature after 10 years. Unlike treasury bill.
Treasury bill, okay.
Now yes, I don't say even when you do what we call liquidation. Liquidation is where you convert your bond into cash. So I may Tommy bond. They say someone do me to idea. Bond now I may withdraw. And then I say we are afraid we callable bonds. So I say I'm calling it off. Me Jimmy Sikaramaja. I'm saying no can't be done.
Wow.
Because that time what IMF did was that Sagana take that decision in there. A bold decision to stop government for further expenditure. There's a scale of you can maintain the system. Now what why? In fact, a big blow to MPP government. Now I no a boy my civil revenue be close to 20 billion. At that time. Moving forward, there's international friends creditors. The Paris we na ya come as na modu against the China. And the China show say when the young Paris then they will support us. And then they will save about $4 billion. By the time an MPP be free abayam. That no tear from 85 about 70.1.
Okay, now just say debt to GDP no. Now take from 85 to 71.
71 because of the decisions Abani take here. Bold decision but now no ship. And the Abani when you buy no, the boy no say the entire money debt I was all kind in figures in cities. Now the depreciation of our cities. Dollar there $10 billion. But as a cities do 15 cities about 150 billion Ghana cedis. Cities do 10 cities about 100 billion Ghana cedis. And when they started using gold bond policy, and my Sydney is a stronger guarantee. Convert the debt to an about scanner above form. And no my debt in the table form. And also my investors will say, look, the economy is growing. They told me your reserve, your forex reserve. Because now we were injecting almost $1 billion every month in the system. $1 billion no, based on $100 million and they'll call out. $400 million no, more preserve. And we were able to control the dollar. Took a dollar drop, we could do say 10 cities on internet, say 10 cities, 11 cities. Why? Because that time no, The Bank of Ghana was almost $11. It told me to be regulated the price and I was and no way kwabano na me cash no suit and can in 5 years time now say do 55%, but less than 5 years about 46%.
Okay, not just say in 5 years, by 5 years time, you're 55. But 5 no cry in Ruhono, 40 say 46%.
Because you see, it's about former committee order conditional.
Okay.
And to move them so we can exit. But I'm the policy coordination instrument. What they do with the policy coordination instrument, they say, a non-financial support of them, almost. But I want to ensure, say, you follow this policy to ensure so we discipline your fiscal policies and monetary expenditures. Say, Nabaya, to me, I misuse Sikaka. Now, Uncle Bass or Channel Bessa back to IMF.
Uncle Bobusia Basa,
because I did a call IMF and they say, Your Bobusia. Then tell Bobusia money say, we cannot generate enough revenue in the system. Yeah, government system, yeah, bet my we contribute less and expect more. Chroma house share the mutual directors, they are less than 4 million. But the mutual tax, I'm going to pay overheads, no interchanges, no stable lights, no asphalt. I'm going to pay but they don't contribute anything.
Yes, yeah, we're a non-formal sector.
Yeah, it's an informal sector.
Informal.
Now, the problem I want to say, and I'm saying we cannot tax directly in India. Government go into indirect taxes more.
Yeah.
And only me I just say indirect taxes, of course, what we call inflation.
Yeah.
Because indirect taxes, you see, taxes that can be passed onto
the consumer.
Yeah. Don't tax say, Owia TV. Owia TV is okay. Obe advert, I can never do 100. And I'm taxing it to make you 120.
Yes.
Nobody say, okay, so remember what you are advert 120, it's a cost for my production.
Yes.
And so I mean, 10 cities, and maybe 10 cities, 50 pesos.
Yeah.
Why? Because of just one indirect tax, and about two, Owia TV.
It's true.
And because we cannot tax directly, you know, I taxing directors it leads to cost of living into. About say Owia tax is too much indirectly, you know, and my cost of living quite high. It leads to government failure. About so what government does is say, Okobobusia. Say the never tin now or they come a baby. And they say you exited from we know. What do we do to make sure say yes, you call the 18th time of a year what we call IMF. What we need to do is now to be self-reliable. Yeah, the BB are a friend of competitive advantage. That's what we use in every world to sustain your economy. And you find a Honda war in terms of production. Let's invest more into it. What do you mean a strength power in agriculture? But go and look at government expenditure in agriculture. International standards say what's 1 year 6% of your debt, budget.
Your budget
should be for agric. Because say 6% of your GDP should be for investment in agric. But share the and do 3% and do 2%.
Yeah.
And since 2009, NML see 1 million tons of gold. Go for 800,000. NML bet was 1 million. It's a drop of 460,000.
About say 460,000 tons
of cocoa
from
less
1 million.
Yes.
Wow.
So it means agriculture a sabbath form. Most of poultry industry are collapsing.
Poultry farms in the big echo down here.
So commerce and means at the end pay here in lifestyle and more oil and now you have to invest. You have to import. The moment you have to import means there's going to be more demand for dollar again. Now I only IMF now more dollar now 500 million naira. It means dollar kara one I'm for eba demand. So only adibia or the meet the demand and that means kakra about ebeko. The more air the more for speculation say oh skada ebeko so. The more for and for say skada ebeko so. The more to be bread EDC. The more we to see the more short the more price choose.
It's true.
Now the only thing that holds the tail is your gold bond. Because gold bond na acquires adibia Aboama abanye enough dollar to invest in the system. But you see, even
if you invest more in gold
but it's not a good policy. Do you know why? Because determinant of gold price.
Okay.
Yeah, we go into a gold market as a customer market in Eco.
Okay.
We don't go into gold market as sales market. There are difference. Customer market, a market, customers determine the price.
Send me gold na laji. Me fa do baby na sa de na ye bebra na me good dem.
How the bed? Who yes can over I don't do for you.
You say near create artificial shortage.
They make us say what is a customer market? Market okwa. Customer determine the price. What are the aqua market?
Yeah.
What's it tells because there's a 8 cities. one to I say the order mango about you.
It's true.
Mango no pro. One dream preserve.
Yes.
But I was a mango share say 220 my more than series. Menje no ko. Obi about 12:30. Menje no ko. I come up 4. Still 10. Obi go back as say that's a no say mango no hono.
Yeah.
If you have na say the sir.
I
say okay for 15 bra. They mean for 15 bra. What for 10 bra. No waji. And this person no want to mean guarantee the family face they be am go to mango no 26 abro fee.
It's true.
So when you control over the price.
It's true.
But the way sales market, it said the whole supermarket. Who don't mind the price is tagged 1 to a call.
It's you.
And you no cry. So until say best, I didn't your customer because I ain't one good.
Yeah, other countries.
One farm, 1 ton of beton. We produce more than you. The last of King of said they produce more than you.
Yeah.
Until we cannot rely on gold, say, and be a source of dollar because the moment and they just means when the price of good fall, what do we do?
Yeah.
Until your income be better for. So if you per se meet equilibrium in gold, a dollar CD thing, it should not always say you go produce more dollar.
In China, you
go produce more dollar
gold
to support the cities.
Okay.
Supply, yes, to support the supply.
Okay.
I don't think say for instance, bringing more supply to meet demand will be the solution.
Okay.
But what I think is say let's minimize the demand for dollar. Well, how do we minimize the demand for dollar? Say, assume you say in 5 billion a year in terms of dollar. Now they are meeting the demand for dollar.
Yeah.
They have been here 5 million. 5 billion. They have been here 5 billion. You draw the line.
Yeah.
I think we can produce. It's competitive advantage. Some things we can do without it. For example, how did they make us? We can people opportunity to auto-tune. No be like bobo a parcel. No be the dollar better the bagger say. Sabi enfant toilet. No enfant be ifunu.
Yeah.
How do you allow such things to happen?
Yeah.
So we for dollar and cut up paper miracle.
Yeah.
We for dollar cut up chobi a broni dia agora man expire. Obi kura ne se ba ko ni o. Ne na ba ko ni o ni tia. Na ko import aba. Na da be gu so obi agi store full store 100,000 cedis. No the force chobi go na.
Yes, second hand. Fridge ne.
How do you allow so obi nkofa ye made na ntwe made.
Kotodwe.
Ne we no da abakruma in dollars.
Yeah.
Why should you do that? It is a moment catch all these things offer. The demand for dollar so better. And when the demand for dollar no so tia, the Uberman regulate dollar to CD ratio.
Sure.
So that is one.
Okay.
2, let's look at broad widening. Beware, friends say horizontal taxation, meaning widening the net. That informal sector should be thrown into the garbage. And then work room. I'm saying like that. I mean, discuss a teacher gross ABI 4,500. The net be 2009, say 3,002 or whatever. A carpenter bet me above diamond 2 weeks. But you be 10,000.
Oh yeah.
Onto a capre as tax. We are someone who no say name kwan de.
So for frosro no be man kusia na ja. O de adware ne kra.
Na city ground twa tax no kusia. O de ko.
Yeah, farms krado. Wanyo akoko obeji waponchi.
Ah, so what? Oja akoko da ponchi na account.
Farmers no.
So imagine. Obi abakruma was we tile. How many feel back wa? Oji with tens of thousands cities.
Yes.
Obi a onto a capre ma buy. Already why you want 2 weeks no. O share ni say a teacher be 4 months salary.
Alaji, how do we formalize Sanko?
It's easy. What is the essence of the Ghana card? Ghana card ne betimi synchronize with everything. O collect tax. I was who Ghana card we you almost a chip bill.
Yes.
That's the essence of the chip is taking data. There was a you enter all the data say Ghana card number. Remember say me nua George Amponsa a farmer or a ABA banker. And me who saw a banker and the code mention say he has been cleared of his taxes. He should be there. In Ghana, can be so be as you are, you be a carpenter, a farmer, a teacher. So why should you say a carpenter? Why should you say you are by clearing your taxes?
Okay.
And then obi person wey pay tax or filing for MPRC me a farmer. Not the akoko.
Yes.
And your tax system nankasa no. Say I'm strengthening. We will go back to IMF very soon. Because you say you free IMF no. I feel I buy for more teachers.
Yes.
For more nurses.
Yes.
A very big push agenda. One get this guy back. 1 million code this guy back. Me na no. Skebi anka on to me if it's under IMF. IMF won't spend more.
In the expenditure ne say be cost.
So IMF na kwese obi a pressure. Won't be a cost pressure. Do kwa doctor say what pressure. E be treat you men disadi. Men do ko.
And no more anyway.
Say we have beton. There because I could say there as a operation is stabilized. Kofi na just say every Sunday. They must just be said say enche bia.
like we be at the
they say na yaba there are some chairman, consul chairman, ministers are people are demanding for employment. Because your excellency, every month the men expenditures are concerned. And what we can do next is that then fighting the system.
Okay.
Actually, so far in 1766, 60 years before, of AM Kurmaku, you acquire from 17 times. We do 60 by 70 years about 3. 3 years beyond.
Yeah.
Why? Because they say a cycle car. You acquire a nigga month from one, now who party, 2 years time, now Sako Spanish, and Sako, where you can 1 year. 2029, so government is contemplating to consider meeting IMF. So what I'm saying is to be able to stand outside IMF, we should be disciplined.
Sure.
Let's say bold to taking decisions.
Okay. Nede Alhaji Abdul Salam Isa wa CPP Ashanti Regional Secretary ena yetene kana mamema Muru Akwaba ansana mako George on maja
Magaza Muru Oluma yare na oil.
Oh so say Oluma yare
enti situations na Oluma yare na me late
ena you say we free
we dey asani e very west
ena say o makra ena o makra na be dey say o makra
you say o ti Oluma
nje ena say o makra no
me papa and na so kra na me ye bibia say
the deal is here
come beja obia na sabio ye hu ba bia ai bibi free betwa bayera ho memu a amana mo akase na bibi betwa mo wafu so do so a
oye ni nyina
nti abusuafo mfa nche me
okay ago so chabu se pani
unim me ba na mare the late buro the enya nampe
no more ka
hampa if next week you koro e ma no chorus no me nyi bi
mate George ma memra ho no mo IMF ye free mo amanfo busa say what next ebi kure busa say edu ba bia ya na yesi economic gains ya na no akra no bi twima genesis say yesi ide mark kra say they do 15 cities so say say 11 cities so say 14 cities. No, yes, about 6 months ago, na be 80. Now, say, why? What is happening? And you'll be now shut down. Now say, the allergy, I don't get it. I didn't see.
And inflation it doesn't reflect in there.
Yes.
3% per annum.
3% per annum. And your mom, that's okay. George, my mean to you.
Nana, my mean now, see. Now, I ain't share with tea for no wash for. Now, in fact, when we so now, your coffee station nearby, so, you're one of us. Say enam nsanu nyuma eni ni trim poso we are seeing na activity and cabra so ye che adwen me cha production team ene wankasa na me fa ni so ma menuanu mienu a me she omo fifi na enkan che muru se samra ne na ma ne bono no susuma ne nyane de na yo the late mura necessary and I be do baby nafi ekoye the late
what you know for the da
na na so kan mesre kan say me beje obi a we beje hwan ebi a beje senior salam dey fine
na o pa dey okay
cause me ni baby am free ba say me delay kakra bi a tiate it me pa dey me free
okay
okay kan da so send me dey baby am free ba na bunu mu pa
o na say me ye pon na say me free as me ko dwabe na on so free as o ko ni fie a
so obedu akasi we kwa kasi a e kasi esa ga obedu
ja we shine dey minim ni tree ba na nam form minim ni tree
unim plain tree unim plain tree ba card e unim
say on okura na shen
George me ento aso George me ento aso
ene obetra wa start ibu me na mbu ya nkosi me yetani o ene dem nana ya kan say we na mamincha party ba e wo region mu na the future ma want to me our regional chairman ABC the Sakra the various polling stations na your party no the crepa we say ene man be branko yi polling station abai classical example Miami Dwabe mpese meja de memete ho na makoka obi de e basa na maye nyacho de course wo Dwabe me gidi se penny for sign de o mani be di akira e betima boa na enra ne nansa o hwe delegates platform o mo so se de amanfo akoma akosoro ne nsem bia amanfo ka kire MP nsɛm na ɛyɛ no korɛ nti ɛyɛ ate sɛ deɛ nkora ɛyɛ no korɛ nti nipa no ka kyerɛ MP a odika nti mesrɛ mpanimfoɔ sɛ momɛhwɛ nneɛma bi na menim MP bi a ɔtena Kumasi mfimfini ha baabi de abɔm hyɛ na moto am ohyia na ho nyɛ ne fa na watwa odi no aka sɛ wo yɛ odi afiri oyi nipa bebree din firi mu we saa abɔm na ɔno a prepare yɛ na wayi ɔmo ɔmpɛ ɔmo afiri mu no ɛnɛ saa abɔm no na daroma MP no ɔnyɛ MP biem abɔm na yi no firi mu sɛ wo mom na sɛ wo nyɛ party ba ɔ sɛ yɛde wodi yɛnim eti MPs na afi na ɔmo aba mu a ɔmo de ɔmo nim saa ɔmo ni saa experience no ɔmo bompini saa Kumasi mfimfini MPs ni bi classical example yesu bi constituency me offer honorable Eugene Boatentry abom ono a prepare abom no na de ne kote and also pe general secretary ti mpanifo mo mani na ho ya kan say we are na wabehwe IMF nkomo manya ne tie say me brother ke ebo anso ehwe ke okay IMF nkomo no ho me ya me hwe no from 3 angles. We share the finance angle, we share the economics, and the political.
Okay.
But me GD say finance and economics in there. Sina Salam has done justice to the two. JB I mentioned down
political.
Bra.
Moro mesreo. Meba ho. Why?
Me ma tete mu miensa. Mafa finance, economics, and political. Eti edu wa opa kofa agriculture nyina abra me fa ho.
Okay.
It's me there, me see me dealing with the political. Yeah, operation now because I'm from Abeko, yeah, Boro. Come on to me. This year, sir, what's it then? I go for a sign. Policy day.
Policy coordination instrument.
Technical support in other way.
The training and say the sikane there. Yeah, meji musika bi. Nemo munyansa ene akonti ba na amudi begina yeso na ya anya didifun no ene de entra homai asem ni nyina no enkomo we no jai masi na salamu a omo de brofo ni ade beka ema the whole tie pa no onti ni ye nti o dealing with the finance aspect ni many age ho pa but how should the political na abai no I mean make us why smart because when who say and then they will cry a person. Cry a sick. Scanning the crano. But I say a target a DB. So I don't know this kind of
finance minister and any
finance minister and any ministry what they ought to but now Jenny Pan Sebi Nisun dear. Jubilee House on the
and so you're Jubilee House.
Finance minister had Jubilee House.
So about president or no I could brief you.
Oh, Nana Jaisa.
Oh, za
finance minister or the office or finance minister.
Aye.
Enti the office ni Jubilee House.
Aniemu.
Beko Jubilee House na or as cabinet minister.
Yeah.
Or ko ye netuma.
Yeah.
We are no free or as akotena ni office. Na sa ni office hon na make us what hwa. Accra Central hon no ni office hon what hwa. Ote ho de Nensu ni sunsum no asan akotena Jubilee House. To upon cabinet meeting na we just sunsum no Jubilee House no de nipadua na betena ho. Eno na president Mahama ehu. Srem sejata.
Yeah.
We are smart. Asa akwe okra me pesi di agoro a. Anhwa obekọ akoto alupra me ato no so te say na anu me die bi. It is say the IMF for musika na eje de emeji musika bi. Na emom montena ha na mo fa ba nyina ye kozo. Said the bear, Yanque mato, Yanque mafa, Yanque medi. It is all a gun and in out if you now so got 2 Obama and this Amanuku. 90 catch also, IMF in tea, Yentime Fenipa, IMF in tea. I mean, slot no. It's IMF in tea, or say, then can he become a home and it's animana. What should I jawi at now, said the bear? Oko canwa catch or say. Sa policy coordination committee o se debe no omo maye kwan mani ma bi o wa ye nye etimi hu ni se ye krokro de jon ade bi a omo pese omo jama na sensen ho Ghana for ko kan ya ka se enye ya o so ni se IMF no ewum se ye ni omo ka de na enso so yɛne ɔmo wɔ nhyehyɛeɛ bi a
policy
coordination instrument na yɛde ɛho akɔhyɛm nanso so ɛbɛboa yɛn because ɔmo feel sɛ without that no investor credibility anaasɛ investor confidence ɛbɛkɔ fam because the moment a investors better say the any IMF where we no ɛno nko akra no enough ground a bɛma obi ɛyi ne sika free economy no eti na say dia so ne ɔmo wɔ paper so nsɛm kan ye bi na akɔyɛ te sɛ ɔmo gyina yɛ so sɛ de bɛyɛ anema bi wɔ hɔ a ɛna wɔ sɛ IMF na yɛ kɔɛ no yɛn ya na yɛhyehyɛ asodi a yɛpɛ sɛ ɛda yɛn so ɛbrɛ na yɛde ato hɔ sɛ yɛne ɔmo ɛyɛ hyehyɛ no disan fie miɛnsa a yɛne ɔmo yɛ hyehyɛ no yɛn na yɛka sɛ yɛbɛyɛ wi it is a say na policy coordination committee ne ɛwɔ hɔ no deɛ yɛkyerɛ nyinaa ne sɛ saa nneɛma na yɛka yɛ sɛ yɛbɛyɛ no baako kora ne wɔ yɛbɛdwane afiri ho nkwalaa na yɛsɛ yɛmfa ɔmo wie so ɔmo ntena fie no yɛbɛkɔ so ama ɔmo atena fie because you need the fiscal space a yɛbɛtumi ayɛ saa adeɛ no again say na akɔyɛ te sɛ stability relative stability kakra aba no sɛ yɛma ɛho yɛ yɛde bebree a na wokɔ James sɛ yɛabɔ ne mmara ato is forcing na saa mmara ne ni kɔɔ ne tirim a ɛnɛ wanya taste bi sɛ sɛ onya baabi so kɔtena nka ɔpɛ no anhwɛ a na nneɛma bi wɔ hɔ a expenditure bi wɔ hɔ a ɛbɛkɔ so a ɛbɛwi aseɛ no na ama yɛntumi ancreate more jobs na mmom ɛkɔyɛ deɛ obi fi sɛ meyɛ a ɛne mmom na ɛbɛma magyina yie because ɛnyɛ saa na me say me trust din na me hwɛ sɛ yato aba mampani aba wa appoint obi a ɔno ɔhwɛ bambo so bambo na yɛka no ewiem ɛka ho ɛpo so ka ho asase so ka ho saa bambo yi nyinaa de ɛhyɛ ne nsa ami atore nkyɛn mu ahwere ne nkwa aka kakra bi na afio besi nnɛ nipa na ɔhwɛ yɛsika asɛm so no ɔno a na yɛde saa ministry na san hyɛ ne nsa sɛ ɔso atena hɔ enti sɛ nneɛma mmienu na waka abɔ mu no ɛne deɛ san si n'ani so no wogyegya ho kakra bi a bra ɛnkɔfa papa ma enti mehu ne sɛ saa de wei bɛsɛve as a bridge a yɛde bɛ cross from stability to jobs because wogya nkɔfoɔ no sɛ ɔmɛyɛ a ahwɛ a ɔn sɛ edu baabi a asɛ na meka kasa ko adodo edu baabi a na education minister honorable Haruna Idris wɔ kam tubo sɛ
ka to sɛ clearance ɔmo de ama ne sa
thank you
the same thing na interior minister so be complaining about man no clearance about 5,000 ebi ase na nipa akugu honom no 5,000 na kwa na nyeye nti na so mo increase ko 10,000 but who say the health ministry so complaining ono so omo hwe ne mo so mo increase ama yakoye ni
na say Brian want to market your moment ase say the wa ben no ye ni wudi nkoma o man nkoma no ye so interested
George
na o man nkoma no ye mrema ye sampeni akuku dan fo nyina o mo kam o na you know all this there why you have system a ono there na sem ye me mobo so ye me mobo ye papa na dey na oye in charge of jobs no say ministry there the first like
employment and labor relations
say just say
Rashid Pelpo.
It's Papa Organa.
Yeah,
Organa.
When
was the last time I attended?
And public accounts committee. Public accounts committee setting Okoye. And Rana or public accounts committee setting. Oh, no, yeah. Are
now, what could trust every good one?
Okochade.
I don't know, Casa Mabuna, you invest in good trust. I was born to go trust in Kwan. Now, ye drew when I say a Pebiaco Maya Moana. Near Tosena Muruma could try to go on. What's if I'm Pabwa? I any met to say Valentin boots. None na moment tempo. And born 18 team Hona any Jumedi. Who call no pijana no butu buono. No fat. Oh, boy team for no butu na no fat. No aboa no de go bucket. Mo chigu kwan no any nance and then no nya aboa one trip. Which me de 1,005. Sani pa we. And I de on mine no. Kwan e fa so I create jobs asenensa. Entina me bisa no because they say baby edu no e was say yetimi transit from sa policy stability na yenya no to job creation now no social media abrante young man obe 22 when ya na be at 23 years was 100 friends say 1 million coders program.
Yes.
Aban ekofa buy.
Yes.
Say a crocro de John. A branten who tie interview ni ya. Utumu say ni nim de e wo coding hono. E was rich and deputy minister for communications.
Oh really?
Oh, na say deputy minister for communications got na ho ebisa no what is coding went me anka. And I would check young boy, crowd make us a boy. Because we say you be you secondary school near we and be am ba penny betimi na or a very young boy. Na said the all church mu. Na say ye kodi ni nyina no. Say by the time you know. Ma launch ya de na wie enkra yi ko ya. Ye say site bi e de be ma no. Te say ma so ne kodu ha e bi a 45 hours. No be ma lecture. Only opportunity said they want to say obebisa. No one say Coursera was a debe. And the other Daniel almost 1 million coders. Enti abrante ni come at say was why disappointed in this government. Now no ni say be creative jobs, but we are saying it say oh who the head and tail of Adeno. And what I'm commenting say next time what this will be by a Zua beside the terms and conditions. Asan why they so eza.
Asema okochuro wo young man na ade na se no.
Eno anko enya be ekeko 50 likes.
O ba George one too. The young man.
Enti wo dey small boy now to ho na ye ka kire o say. Wo number no so anati Yesu. Ansa na be ka yeza no. Bisa say terms and conditions ni e dey ade.
Ansa na waje so.
Na wo tie terms and conditions na favorable to you dia. Ultimate Jesus. Me sure say so mu bisa ya. Kenya ni say ne guy no I that frustrated. So when it does say obi be ya adenwanwa bi amawa e na wanya na won say sifo na me meet studio here pa the His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and I mean say that no
mate ni de George Opoku amponsa na moterin kama me nko moro ho no moro me de me worry nyina ya de ba kope yes mo ya de dollar rate so wa money si aban so na sebi minim na unye fair dollar rate from 14.4 14.5 14. Even say 15 cedis na ebegina 10 cedis egina 10 cedis for more than a year na no ya na ehu say I started kwa 11 honomo by 11 honomo kra na eye 11.3 11.4 11.2 na wo honomo a inti ye gina ye petrol na no na ehu say eyi crofo straight over muzu ntokwa yi eko pege ne mu kakra na ya ne sa at the point near top petrol a liter about 9 Ghana cedis aba bigina policy rate alaji policy rate here atete aba 14% to say about 14% just say bibia ye but krata no so no de ehun say ye but ye kodwoma amoro enya no ne yehu what is happening any IMF exit na minti o government no bibia ye be ya
na menchia wankasa o me woni okru boy
ye joso
menchia minuan mo amenu o mahia mu George na Mugabe ma menfa anchia kase so enkoma ndc fu ni na sema kan tro say the branch elections na egusu processes no
yes
and very relatively very peaceful
yes some say by is it November na mo wie mo regional mo wie branch ne constituency BC region na mo chain national ne a flag bearership there no
okay me ACC me won ten ana what be so what ya ka ubetimi abo
oh NDC there complain say di Kenya ya say mo ye madwene say mo kono digital bi and the elderly penimfo na no mo wo mu na mo nyinyini no if he say na me computer yi ma me penso
entini ye no ne say say the time one year near team. Yeah, no, say contestants no pick a hard copy forms. Na wa failing. Na constituency in the wisdom no one pen call for. If you cry in ward the electoral area. Now almost see computer na say almost key
na koso. Okay.
The well resolved. Very open and transparent.
Okay.
How is a consensus before elections, so on and so forth. Let me commend them. Unlike you no more jobbing. Send you no see can on ya me ampata. This is a omode fire service. Tender no kusi honum. Yes, ija pa. Na
yentu asumoro.
Ya betu aso. Said you if you grant intimation ye no do my ebe show mo isa. bebre ayi me papa yi no so ye
30th of
May.
Exactly.
Ya na bi no mu kan say upie billboard no so a 31st na
ayi anope na me ne kuku adi nkomo no so no say moro papa wo hu say ne billboard bi si o say kemi
sure
ebisi kemi ebisi anwuna agaja so ka jam so twem o kem no bisam say no am so no am ya weekend na me nam chromi me ni twa so
31st ne more visible than 30th no looking at baby a entree no kuku
ekudi
no later part of it that's the family gathering on Sunday.
Okay. It's the main activity near 30th. Okay.
Barrier ne bibia because Kasi Park and so.
Okay.
Na ansa na no kra no. Mbon say football Ashanti region juvenile football nkra ball.
Coast football.
Exactly. Omo na sha siku. Ti through the GFA.
So Camarade money.
No.
Okay.
Ne ba ne Camarade.
Okay.
Camarade procedure or dey anything nyina.
Okay.
Ti e beda Chairman Kuturu ase. On the RFA Regional Football Association chairman. Ene wo mo a e ka ho coach Camarade se ne oboni di. Tournament no organization to do ana no so esine na so. Under 13 tournament I be born okase. Na me adma Friday here we enemy.
Friday yes. It's now Wednesday.
I mean
Saturday
Saturday Sunday.
Okay.
And e be precede a year.
No. Tomorrow say oluma ene monyam.
Exactly.
Okay.
The drew one more na yin na so ye twe ni aba na Boamah.
Sure.
Na ayi opposition dey send people.
Adentia.
George was sa. George na minim no ohun. Enka won pe kwan bia so mfa so nya asem mind isi da. Ko be kan yewu. But opposition one kan say enkoyi.
Adentia.
Won for no kra bi di watem.
Adentia.
Hwe mre bi. Aminka story bi nchiro. Fuso ambo fu case ni bae. Na on so fuso ambo fu se nyam nam kai. Ena nkofu isi okenya ona aka ekra de kokot. Ti be yi wa no.
Echirim.
Wo se nyon ne kai. Ti mi ko station bi sister station. Ena mi ko kan asem. Na ni be wo se nyon ne kai. Na e den am ko justify kan will be there why. So that is what I said. Me see for my enko for be free NDC for. So me money deals. Hey, no one ko crank here. Where you say I don't one can no. Where you say I don't want. Where you say no na me say oh na no ya was my opposition kasango. If you had a video job so opposition there send you tie bia send assembly tie bia o say upe bibi na o de drag ya ban kakra. Nya say sebi mempe objective criticism very important. But you see say the usual propaganda yem finding meaning to bastardize bibi sa no dia opposition kasa.
Sure.
Other than that also busa won say if free him fa any about you do baby ya duru e wo IMF nkomo so George you te mensa defense you ya aben mo ti benkum so yi omo ma ye hu say sebi tipongo so obi a o se ono antime nwene ma no na o pese o han obi ma ne be dwene ma no e na dwene so be ko IMF so o ka za ngomodie no
sa when it can't asem no
oh abronye kan bi ana wonkai ayi salam onkai ye call IMF how they described
NDC
then and call IMF
that was in 2012
it was beyond 2012 I think
2014 yes
and then you know kwakra there were so many people omo kan say omo anaju omo nsem no more call IMF. And even there is a leading MPP man bia ono so kan ya bronye kan ye na bi. Na e koye say we call IMF kra no a na say untime nwene emma wo. Ene e kwosha wo mba omo extend it. Nan kebe end 2017 but they extended it. Mugabe be boa.
Omo extended ko 2019. Yes.
And all can be bia or technical support nti yen ye ba ye no it is almost 2 years now. You see a free young this schedule. IMF technical support in there is there for everybody out here
to assess.
Why not? Mojumaya moye. Or the obetna if you didn't cheer. Fruma betin simwa obamia de kasana oye. The account be and you was
Debbie. Minimum we cry.
So you were so moyes hard.
Yes.
It is a woo be net the hoko I didn't know for it. After all, our technical support no more day my and you're binding on that say if we told you more day my change na ye so analyze me boy.
Yeah. It's not binding.
We can ignore.
The cost to be bebre
except say
you say loans the same be any but they almost provide this technical support for free
and it is for every country to take. Minimum say cost to be
for free.
For free.
Guidance for free.
Okay.
Because when you mess up omo na besa okay so anya sika no kwa no mode ma omo de saade no so ye de account because bank bi no be ma usika on fan to ye nto akwan mu hwe sika no betime atu awi nti yaba abeto abia because look me my rain fi bia ye kogina ye de call IMF inflation 54 bia remember why inflation at 3% are still down never board very important to the commoner utie ye nyina say e commoners ni bi e bia menua George or the farming kan adwuma no nti no odina yi sin ya yete dem he but other than that ye nyina ye commoners na senior that time inflation 54%. Shebe be another dollar rate ewo. 23 cedis I fuel stand to be corrected.
Yeah, diesel na 23 cedis, petrol na about 18 cedis a liter.
So until they started that program, IMF program. But
that was in 2022 anamebo.
That was 2022 until
2022
2023.
Economy crash
exactly.
Almost a crash.
Until me kai omo penny bi. And I respect him so much. Look, any politics I had in presidential primaries omo ko ye nyina. I consider him topmost than all of them. Engineer.
Japan.
Because me in politics, I saw him, growing through the ranks.
Yes.
So he has seen it all. What say? Economy, Ghana economy, no. Yeah, they are two stretchers, so. And they time not to ambulance. Pray say there will be two stretchers. So I could come pay crowd want me more.
Debbie.
What yarian kasa? Oh, bre.
Critical.
Exactly. It cannot be compared to time I koi.
Okay.
Make politics or can politics. This make politics pa.
Yeah, technical.
Yeah, politics. Enti unim. Ya ba bedru bebe yedru ni ebe to aso. Ya ba esenka yesu betimi reckless nanka ya boro nanka besin nei. What's first no treasury bill kra na resume. So ma koji loan ni ade no kro onso mo sisi omo nka ho asem. I just say we are very disciplined when it comes to physical. But near me alaji ya adwen ne say ya bia mu say no. E bia na pressure will be bear on you say. Fajuma. Na George can say ayi one away.
Yeah. Pressure beko interior minister so ebi beko health minister so ebi beko education minister so yemfa bi ngum
George wasn't fair to the finance minister. Look, yet to Obama president.
Yeah.
President sits in cabinet.
Yeah.
Finance minister there, he only brief cabinet.
Yes.
Sisikai wuni. This is the government's priority. Yetimia sort into way na wahasi. But me advice in Kenya ni say.
So also na me kai say me ko secondary school economics ka create. Alaji na free be scale of preference and you consider
preferences. Okay, be analysis for say form of there is pressure. The issue is sikai ne baby I was see fa say na be. So cabinet will approve maybe for 3,000, for 3,000. And your finance minister calling, he can only advise.
A cabinet, the decision calling. Of the government,
exactly.
Which every minister also the national call.
Most of the cabinet members are ministers. And Haruna Bruce one cabinet minister.
He is a cabinet minister.
And a serious senior members as far as the committee of ministers are concerned in this government. Who will be why minister why adwuma no ma wo mo a enye politicians kwa bona baso asen Haruna Idrisu. So government takes him serious.
Yeah.
Look, education and you be an edeneko me ni pemu.
It's true.
Education. Sure, and I'm calling my service as a teacher crown or circuit supervisor. Look, baby be correct. And they respect command. Now no me call one of the circuit, office. Na penia or homa me no me money di. We drew na udi kokone Nkatier. And omuchire me in the office to me boom. And I'm rem na me chair no say, you don't have money. I'm eating. How do you expect me to respond?
Yeah.
In the local balance, because we're arrogant.
But no credit ODD.
So that is how the academia, they don't just accept anybody.
Yeah.
So, into government, for that matter, cabinet, and a who said, baby, away there, if we say, into say clearance in the finance ministry, one be Friday, Abba. Into education minister can say, oh, clearance a free finance ministry, they mean and what they are unlimited to just the finance minister. Even though the finance minister does the implementation and everything, but to call the shots no there, ABN president is not on top of issues. But you can't tell me the president Mama is not on top of issues.
Oh yes, very experienced.
And say you man fano for send you na. One day came public sector spaces. But not konom create here. And no crano a center at all. 12 months in a for. So on. So if there were spaces, that simpler. Me assure say 8 years in the morning can you nap kupana or mukai pa bibi abekebia napko was the central point of it. So as for mine, time be I was say who say Alaji can say me or say look, there are things we have to do that we are not doing. How will be able to formalize the informal sector? We call other Western world informal forum. They know the songs are buying at all. No master according to it. But I say in Abaya, look, carpenter ni. Let me say it on authority. Na ketu ya police.
Oh yes.
Like can it be bia bomwa?
Carpenter ni ye wardrobe ba koma we no mo yansem ketu empai kura obe bia mawa.
Ba ono ankasa bon ho abomfia. Say me dem ye carpenter ni.
O say me dey minya bandwuma ye carpenter ni.
So but ye agenda bia mfa enhwe say sankofo Europe o mu yinita because aban bia be koso moaboa ntoboa
kakra obi ade beba.
What I say kakra o e wo nchen a wo mu be kakra na ne de bebubo mu a e be significant e betimi de aboa ba bia e be boa ye nyina because obi anu ane ba onko school.
It's true.
Bi anu a yare a onko hospital. Obi anu a won ply road.
Fa kwan so.
Ye nya ne kwan so.
Ye nyina ye pe kwan so akoye fie.
Exactly.
Ani ye krum na ye society
sa as people. Ye free IMF. Is it not the same song we'll be singing? Now if a baby actually no pressure will come to bear on government. A new okra was away. Sir, IMF technical support to there you can just brush it aside because you're binding. The empire na me boss say the psyche of the nation will change. And a beboama sabe and to be a say you betim the abanyasa and all can say what the taxi banner you streamline carpenters masons anyway the kind of arguments are ube free people who are associated with it and even people who are even outside it.
Tell Kofa levy by say it is going to target the non-formal, informal sector. Any the way politics are doing anything.
You see, when you are thinking outside the box, you look at the optics as well.
But then be a bit to say no senke nye cut off point ebi 100 Ghana cedis ne nkete no yenyi free maybe ebi beyond 500 Ghana cedis alaji meboa beyond 500 Ghana cedis you pay that 1%. Ebi 1,000 Ghana. Kenya bad. But ebi ye ase ye de ade ne ye politics a na ye tugu ye. But ye betima sa kwa fa bia na asoman let's jojo. Some send 1,000 Ghana cedis the ama carpenter near. Let's say bia mitua ebia 10 cedis and 20 cedis e was so as taxa. At least on also
mo capital me ejuma mount your cash.
Pay through momo. Through momo.
So momo
tax.
When you bring that, won't mean to outside momo. I am raw.
Yeah.
Eti only obebum rano so nim the consequences.
So
and there's somebody who inspect the project.
Exactly.
Yes. What about the animal? Say what came to momo.
And we have that agreement with the telcos as well.
Yes. They should help us.
So na yetimi yensa timi share ho ye. Nyesa ade abusia na na ebesa akobro aba be what will not bring us any financial, benefits.
Matemoro meda say Moro Yakubu na yetene nka na menkenka mo messages ne kakra na fe ye mehye enkomo we ase Benji mfansi sewua o say so because of freedom of speech inti yenya ma obia enye de ope ho o say debi nyesa na wose ye no say freedom of speech inti na eja ma obia ye de ope o say hell no yenye ne sa na say umpe problem dia no ahwe so ho no wadi hu ni no aka sem ne se ni sitie na e fat allegations bia so obeye etia obi bia na make sure say o evidence e de etechri Benji mfansi se one of the way e buy o say hi to MC ya o watchma nwa bia ja south honorable okum komasaudu komase bantma o say the NDC in opposition succeed by deceiving Ghanaians abra you say omukika de omupe bia dia tem keka de nim nyina edifa MPP aban ho ene se tables na 10 a omo echi amanfo Masaudu kumase bantama o se nchi ankoma honorable Sampaina ope NPP first vice chairman EDA ke yeboa o se yaw ka kire George Opokwan Ponsan say o se please George no jandam. No jandam here. I say, please, George. No jandam. We AKA boy there or the by George. Message we. Oh, okay. Okay. It was also no jandam here. Why, Mr. Wa?
No, say or the other side.
Like I said,
all the other side, and I'm boy.
Oh, the other side. Oh, okay. And then my politics here interesting. Yes.
You can see where the message is coming from.
George, my yanka issues with mum.
Okay.
Chairman want to me pleads not guilty to fraud charges.
Yeah.
Exim bank loan or Kokoji, The arrest of Abronye. Any matters if free muba. Any MPP internal elections issues if free muba. Yenka mo mama 15 minutes.
That's fine.
Na yenisa ankomo bia 15 na yenisa ankomo.
Abronye de Mamisha say free ho.
Okay.
But I want to place on record say me. Abronye nema all ye nyina. It's not TV so. Can say bin say ma eya. Chire nipa hodo nyina including members of a political party or no one can say regional chairman. Me, I have never supported Sanema. And meet me at Casa Matana Radio ni TV. I can say Sanema a sebi in crisis. Matana Radio ni TV. I can say His Excellency Dr. Laji Mahmoud Baumia. Say Abronye campaign in Mount. Na Odin Crawford money or prayer kunyatem. Now want to mean calling into order no crano. Why are fair to Omani or more pray? Enti one share me make say once you become a beneficiary of Neneamana Oye politically no make me a draw the inference and the unim hubi maka we nyina in the past and me da so gina ba bia me gina it was hard and was a matter of principle however and also nkyerɛ sɛ sa judge na ye kan asɛm Neneama Oye no sebi me mon me nsɛm man because it involves Abronye. ɔyɛ nneɛma a mempe nti bi a ɔtwe na so a ɛneɛ metumi aka sɛ judge no koraa no wayɛ adeɛ hwɛ nana adeɛ a ɛyɛ paa wɔ wiase ne sɛ enipa baako a ɔyɛ innocent ɛwɔ asɛm bi ho yɛde ne bɛto prison enti nimdifoɔ bi koraa sɛ ɛbɛyɛ sɛ wobɛgyae enipa bebree a ɔmadi bɔne wantimi afɔ mantom sen sɛ ɔde nipa baako pɛ a ɔnyɛ bɔne ɛbɛto prison asɛm a yɛka nyinaa ne sɛ aborɔnya akɔ kasa ama n'ano apa n'ano na ɛpaeɛ no ɛyɛ mmarakwan so na monam na mofrɛ no anaa mokyee no wokyee no ade no bɛgyina judge anim no ɛwɔ sɛ mmara no a ɛno na ama judge no tumi a ɔte hɔ ɛbu atɛn no saa mmara no na wɔ sɛ ɔde yɛ adwuma na wokata mmara no so na wode emotions as a judge wode emotions ɛna ɛbu atɛn a wosi yɛ mɛtena ha na yɛmmɔ wɔ aba so because woyɛ judge hwɛ sɛ the institution biaa ɛyɛ kɛse a the probability sɛ nkurɔfoɔ bi a wɔn nyɛ papa bɛba bɛwura mu no saa na judiciary so ɛyɛ an institution ɛyɛ human institution a ɛno nso nipa bi a sɛbi mpɛduasa wɔn nso nyɛ papa bi ti ma fa kwati kwan so abɛwura mu edu saa mpɛmpɛnsoɔ no a ɛna ɛyɛ asodie ɛma the head of judiciary na ɛyɛ the chief justice of the republic his lordship your friend is
Justice Paul Bafuboni.
I'm the country papa Justice Paul Bafuboni.
Kabekadi
papa so we muka so mu yi osoro maame ne de wo yi osoro maame adode bebe bia etinie papa enti no se koba se his lordship Justice Bafuboni oye the head of your judiciary no ye pese ye tie mu ma ne te a eniema bia ye wura afenyo makin ye no ehia itime tena ha bomensem ama osahen afenyo makin
say ensem o keka ye de fa circuit court judge no ho no
ne nsem no kan ni nyina odi se hoka hwe mama kan se
the Ghana Bar Association na be condemn there are several lawyers o mo fi say ni dibre kuta no minority leader or ye a senior member of the bar and they ni kwan say o kasa sa
no mbeka because ye yi kwan na anka odan a o si Kofi Job kwan mu tre
na wa kan odan o tie ya kan
so what I say ye kwan na nka odan
asema wo ka ho asem na da TV
papa we mama sorry makunya so ma no I am telling you he has earned my respect shana na oni bibi every bi atwam in the early 1950s America na de bi wo ho efe ni racial segregation se wo ye nipa tuntum te se mani moroti he ya ukora restaurant a baabi a obetena nko na baabi abroni tenko de obeserve wo nko de obeserve broni nko basimu wote basimu na se broni ebefo a se woye nipa tuntum na ate seat so basi ni ma emra wo ho e wo se wo sorry na broni ne betena se na wo bibi ni wugina hospital na abekwa baabi abibi fo tenanko baabi abrofo tenanko doctor o hwe broni nko e na doctor o hwe bibi ni nko sa de we course wo America na obi antimi nka ho asem it took a rubber bi efen Rosa Parks opa e na otena basimu edru baabi a broni befo no broni ne se on sorry no no trans no say my fault me sorry and hey and because na mranity no conductor bus ni drew the next available a year police a year stop na yi era no esi form ampa ye de ne ko gina court no ye say ade a wa ye de ti amra because abre na mra enti emfa ne ko to afiase and na the black community ni nyina asesa na te de a ye cry am for bus bi see ebe for bus and I'm be discriminate against us. It's here for bus. It's Montgomery bus boycotted by America in the early 50s. And your barber seal and the trigger idea. It drew baby also beat me in home bar for there. It's your sign when you pack all those sakana, or those can be before you now. Because me who MPP Nibia under this circumstance, with my disowning a day era for your mark and I personally associate myself with him. And then I want to say the minor team no. Enipa bi o hon de yen kana sem because ne su nipa yen hu bi o ma we mu da. Atuguba no kra na o ma retirement etitifie. Afi de ono no etifie no nsem na ekoso na ya. Fe do bonso atoba akwa betum. Meanwhile at a point no. Now also no
Justice William
Matuguba. A Supreme Court judge sabe yin nanim de si Ghana me pese e be kwa enum bebre but dem me pese me kan say the niam bi oyeye e bra na owo opportunity say nka obesesa niam bi no wa antimi anye nti okote na afie wiye no e ben no so ana wa to ba kwa betu atum say o de ya pa na tifie ohun say institution na no emu adwuma no ene ma ne wo no bebre nkoyi e na yenya judge ba ko pe wa be dua judges bebre ben nim difo akuku damfo a e wo Ghana ha enti ade na judges na munim se dem ranete na mo hu se papa no won fa mra na nya adwuma mu nyina mu ntimi ndi so ni such a person edru bre wo se judges e wo Ghana ha e ka no kre omo timama nipa na omo nim se ne ye mari mu no ye de omo tutu nyankopon ho because nyankopon ko an ebu aten ba ho ba asase so a mu na mu si nyankopon nan ebu aten entade na mo mfa pepepe ye emu aten na obeka tem se oye judge enti no ne judge oye de enye masem ba ne nsem a odie no ensem fata me metena ha ka se ne nsem a odie we de ensem fata judge enti edu ba bia me na me ka masem se oye ohene na wahu se oye ohene na ko wuda nse dwanse a yesi okowensa fosie enti nsem a yira afenyo makin kan no eno na ebe twenkrofo amoma ko back say ade de ne si here asi yesi bibia nkoka papa anye gegere ti ebe ko back ene ye behu enema papa na ye consistently onim before we was when it quacks like a duck, swims like a duck, and walks like a duck, then it must certainly be a duck. Ade no said the osu e said double said the onam nsuo no mu a wo dware no e said double we si free nsuo no mu na onante akoche na okona e said double na senior salam ma hye ne bose me brain bia ma na we no nti de nti na me nka se e ye double enipa na temu a wo buo ene said there consistently asem bia ba ono ne court ne edeko ya do kodru ho anso ni wa wo wati ko no se si a meti dem se e frame ne se ye de me ko sa circuit court wa obviously obi anim say 2 weeks near the meko. Why do you make yourself that predictable? I mean, judge, how dear, Ubia bit Macasa, Quay, do I could him dear, a jet yard, Obeko 2 weeks. Now, Besha Bronya, dear, now I know. Now, besides, in Tabronya, you will be because in determining whether say what you be remand and now financial. The most paramount of all the considerations there say, any way, your friend be more beba and I say, oh man. It is so you will be beba, Ade. I friend say papa ya na no
o judge no rule na odi aba awie ya o say no hu ne say omu jaya bronya obe commit the same crime ne bebre atoato so na ma
it is ordinary to no
say omu fa no nkore
ma ewia oba bonten a eno ano na woni say sade we kra ye wia esrosro nipa esensene no because meme ne abronya wo ye mi say wia I mean I have seen the west it me ya nya no ana de mbeko I just say no batifie na da bia o ya ade anu atwe aba na wabo no da bia anu atwe aba na wabo no me wo cousin bia osua no na ne papa wo sika na wo mekanika bebre ni ade o ye boni ofia na o de electric wire na hwe no wo de ahwe na ma na chi nyina tese ono no wasensene oko school na okodu ani akata se school a ya ofu mango a ebitwa the table be si atwe ho abo aba na se mo mra ekre mu emre na ofu mango no odi anu eja na banato fo na teacher for any crying na boche nku odua ase na ekotwe akwa edi ni besi fo buy on the 2 tables of no bia nso no so te wo no atwe ni mu ma pon 24 lashes ewie I'm so sorry osimo awie e ho no dane no ho no school we kra mo nya papa me ba bi do san ko school for dem be person me che ne se nipa no wo twe na so arbitrary sa esensene no e mani nya public sympathy emane boni oyeye no enipa bu na nigu so ema ye koka se ene wo kra de bi medifo hwe se de papa ye ya o person justify no ebi na ena no chief justice call vet no koye no se ata yi begina na nim no ohun se akwa we se de ne hu no ama no 70 years na ko man kakra bia anhwa obekọ aba na anhwa amene mabusua ohun na ne refi se ote Ghana fo nyina anim ene nsa etu hia no abisa ho se etinete se nye mra no na ahwe ne wo dwen wo ho se obetima be attack wo no family nti ene odine kotum ne nkwa na ba bia ye serious nation bia kasa statement ne nkwa akranti can say pardon papa no and I mean what I'm saying but ye be any agusu ne te ha yembra won't me die ayeke chema won't me a businessman chema won't me a politician name it them hey me a businessman me a farmer me a young politician me a social interest advocate asem be because society ni may affect the vulnerable in society no me feel say anya hwe kra na mo adaroma your platform I it me chere adwenti true bread sa ye be kan say de be boa mobro wafo enti obi ti say chema won't me or a businessman or a miner of so many years na say and now the nikojina court say kwedo ade abon ne say wako bank akoje bosia na wakoje sika na wanfa kwan paso ni nya ya na ne baby abedu nyina ye say ye wa attorney general ono de ne say let me first embark on character assassination before I start my prosecution. It's answer na me do begina court aba okwadu no. Mamini kan bre osunsum ase. Mamini kan gu anim ase nkyere Ghana for. Answer kwa na me do akogina court. Enti answer na ye do be court no. Ye ho press conference. Ya kire oboni awadi. Charge aye dey be charge. A friend say in fear do a obetimi akom nyina. Tell general me hu bi da. Otumi ka say sa dey we dey be mo akọ prison say. O bank awo save your o bank account no transactions are why nyina no the date no the oyiye ene the ode kotu mu omo atu scam omo ni nyina no wasan be obeka ni nyina wa bonten evidence now e also the court no odi kan the evidence ne be kire e wo the court of public opinion minim se o yes na enya tan ama nipa abenya tan ama nipa kro na accused person mi wa Ghana ye mra pon ne say obi a ye de na kogina court e bono kwa du bia no emra no fa ne se sa nipa no ne hu so ekosi se ye be di ase na wie ne be ka se da bi nkika wa wo no nti innocence until proven guilty sa na emra no epe no but attorney general we die odi kan ya kire o se wo no wo ye guilty anu nti mom no de wo court enti me bisa mo se nti wo court na se wanya de wo hwehwe se nipa na ankopa se an we nipa boni ni wadi sa ansem one no e jaina twaka be na ebeda aban any the judiciary intem so what them say
na say
intermediate
okay
said the ayikan no lawyer and the appear could be aka chama to me oye me boss oye me political godfather oye obi a me be no na the last thing I may wish man is say obenya abayamani but in politics on one kasa no onim say sa enterprise na owo mu no sa ne ma we nyina aka ho but in all this nana me de man no si no would to me eye nipa bi a de ekoso nyina mu no embre na se
really
and that is one thing I like about him. Yes.
Ebi obesre na no abonti but inwardly
and that makes him a man. So we a bema, we a candy for a brave wedding. Me kai pass papa we in 2020. Me kona me mami sumi nu amanu na ebusanfo na esu a. Na anya ho na me bisu because me no obi ehwe me de me. Iti me duru wa na ma bisa me nu amanu se nti ajo a wo fi se na nkaja ko dada onna wo bewu na kono asi wa na. E wasa una ono na okọ na wo asie
yeah no ahye
nti adena wo su na me come my ogre ni ti wo sebi ekunafo bebrebe na ane omo aso anti esta no me ade nyina so me na omo kunu nko bibia ye omo na omo te omo makra na omo nyinyi ti se de wo manyi na me de ayen fa to ho a na maye sa no bonsa fe na maka asem bi na omo nyina atwetwetwe na obi ase esu ni nyina ada ne se but in my closet me ankasa so me ko wura dan mu a
honor reality dawn upon you
and that makes you a man.
Yeah.
Nipa looking up to you. Say in times like that, you know, will you throw your hands in despair? Also don't say be good bue. And I say will be jina say very much.
Okay.
In the face of the public. Now we are. You sit behind your closet and you mind your own business. It's immediate. Sa ni sune krana. Or that's where the charismatic wound to me nim. Na ene okoni programs. The campaign. Sign court no. And then the mommy I wish muslim ko say
obewi ni chairmanship no.
Na Nyankopon ya doma. De da na koma so bia no. Me mpa e bo ne say Nyankopon emfa ma no.
Matemeda Senedin de George Opoku Ampon Sama Memra Alaji Honoman Sana Mako
20 minutes.
Oh, there be Bacho. When
And there was a
Alaji Mame Emra Honum. To me, arrest of Abronye any MPP internal elections.
Which went to me issue. I said with him, say the way a manner AG, Attorney General, a preemptive statement on cases, you know. Idea about boy na me say most of the times, you know, not painting panel black. By that time, the car about they see a Dubai in case. This gentleman now signal bureau.
National Signals Bureau boss.
You see painting, no.
Yes.
Send a black rasta of 5 video be prepared and say in fear. We able to for bag because say stars of cash. Never fuck was stars of cash. As a very fear bank.
Yeah.
Me kind of man I didn't free court, I didn't call police into police court. Police in saw in between inside handcuff no. Say what you so join be. And they be do so the so-called blogger and also check video. I'm not the family cry pam for a movie. Let me say currently me who say one I'm watching the suit our court no I'm freely. Let me say where are we? O share Aliduba. Guy here so enough go.
Yes.
And then maybe food buffer stock.
Yes.
Papa you did somebody I car near bag of crab.
A national buffer stock. Abdul Hanan.
Yeah.
And the wife, yes.
You car the bag in the bag in abo. I go church Phoebe I purpose in own a fear now. Oh Mustafa me this be a channel tankers are war Phyllis war be that day.
Yeah.
These are evidence that's supposed to be challenged in court. Not for public consumption because the whole kind a one-sided story.
That's true.
Not the other part's story. Now following two issues here and about the only Exim Bank 30 million Ghana cedis. Now share story in the pa even so to be a contribution it's kind of 18 million. Supposed to be 18 million Ghana cedis. But they are saying it's a cost to the bank 30 million. So they are doing a evaluation said the value of money by now according to 30 million. Then what can I say? Want to be convince a year Exim Bank. Say a more or 100,000 acre of land around Adria, so we're farming. Now here, Sika, 18 million. Now here for 40 million for friends saying land preparation, labor, consultants, and then they need 4 million for machinery. Now bank no guarantee one to me. Now let's according to them no. Let's a year one to me board chairman one Thomas. If you move to no. Say pass by a year the board. The money for the loan was signed on the 13th of January 2017 or 2018.
2018.
Name was all share letter Nankasa in the content of letter. No, actually said the decision was taken a year on the 9th of December, year 2017. And according to AG, 9th of December, another letter of credence and it's a letter of incorporation. Now 4 days younger. That means your letter of credence on the 13th. Meanwhile, one don't require really and 9th. And then, time I letter, the letter of incorporation confirm as our company. The company doesn't exist. Now, apart from that, when the company made a payment of 40 million, what do you go do receipts we have for a customer company? Customer company, I'm talking machinery. Now, according to AG, the MKN according to AG, that receipt is supposed to be pro forma invoice. And I'm going to editing the invoice, receipt. So I'm waiting receipt. Anybody say, well, I think I'll go to man. Africa customer invoice costing 4 million Ghana cedis. Into years can I pay more back? And then I'm effective payment demand. Now, can go to the account, the bank and account to them. I'm going to say, you make withdrawals of about 40 million from some bank and account to them and acquire different investment. Now, per the investigation, that so-called 100,000 acre of land doesn't exist. And you're from the onset, according to AG, a fraud. And I own to me, mum aquacoye, a dear Exim Bank.
Exim Bank, yeah.
Now, this is information. This is information I report. The one to be responses and the who had died at the commented no, it's before the court.
Yeah.
Nothing like I say, and can serve information to me, none can share important because it's one-sided information.
Yeah.
All that would to be says, they say, a yen of credit. Why yen of credit? So with the court. Court no so gas no about population. So I think say me I would advise some of these preemptive statements and AG and MY
no.
A create tension and I can say so we should monitor democracy in the PNDC era. Not the elite were quiet. It's the military and so close friend of Rollins Kakrebi and with the likes of Chachi Katabuna.
Yes.
In the 1993, 92, no, one guy or Pulu the elite Kakra PV obeying.
Yeah, PV obeying, yes.
The
elite PV obeying. Yeah.
Acquire the elite community fire and the revolution say, Obuako Jibusi and Gokunu, we are going to Yarufia, Bubu, Mofawra, Munik and Zemesa, Mama Police Army Tatabi.
Yeah.
Kakra, who share the tail end of 1998, 2000, and elite for the especially the joining of Mills.
Yes.
Mills by a running mate to a vice president. We say the
academia no crab show interest, yes.
Conform my quite a jigo.
Yeah.
For bringing more. Who's the most no cover Professor Robert move back down.
Yes.
I meet here Professor this guy, former energy minister and Mills. Papa free Bakwai, free Bosomji. Otiaje.
Dr. Otiaje.
Or no former CEO of VRA, there is a Papa.
Tarzan. Charles Reku Brobe.
Yes, also Omonena, it choose Kufo and Co to convince them, look, Mom Rabba, more in energy to abroad. I'm saying, somewhere, Babana, China, so all of this started to come in. And we can appreciate the fact say a little bit crew by only develop my man. And I'll show you profile of even ministers how to say high standard, CEOs high standard.
Yes.
But quite a few posts, government that's no. Why should I say, Bema for Casa, almost a bomb. Quite a fast treat to a move. Quite fast call my some, and to a mass some secret about Montie Massa.
It's true.
At least that one, that in the day, I was saying national energy.
Sure.
So we are some court the Kobo young crew, court no defense and attack, whatever. No court. But over the public, I'll be to some question. The background is not there to counter what you're saying in there. I say, yes, send the background.
Sure.
Because some of the videos are common, you know, tell me that Tramukrana is where I come from. I know, Groma, obviously, Lankus are about the Braton, so Jab, and young police in a
Yes.
If I die, Doctor Comrade for bar before a public account committee. No Musan say, oh, or hand over the BBI, and I'm saying, I. And I'm Musan, the director of finance, to say, I did the car over the car. And after the car, say, he has never used government car. And also, to make things clear, he has never taken a salary as a finance minister. I'm saying, Papa, but until now, we are
or the can be quite so.
But because the way they happen to you, picture. So maybe if it's an age in there, advises someone, and it's one of the finest law lecture in
Yes.
And I also shocked so as when you say a government policy, to him, I don't want to hear. I don't remember the face value of the case.
Yes.
No much of the charges are money.
Yes.
But this is a son of second or be back boy in our movie. Not a too much.
Koto bungalow, koto elando, koto koto yes.
And then I think it's not helping.
It's true.
So let's wait and see. They say wouldn't we say he's not guilty? But because he's not guilty, it means say or be
Ojinaso.
Now, I think I say Thomas Bose on this on the run, on the board chairman. But all the evidence is AGP as well.
Yeah.
Let's wait and see how it goes.
Sure.
I mean, I make a say, message that preemptive winner day. Now, the issue of
Abronye arrest in the MPP internal elections.
One person here, main pension, so I don't support OBBI because OBBI will be right. I don't support. In fact, Mr. Amon for me. Mr. Amon for me. But that because we say, Salam.
Okay.
As I was saying,
unim dia wasa
we. I didn't mean now and pension. And I believe say son of beyond some pension. But there's one thing I'll say now say there were limitations in what we say.
Yeah.
Mike, I don't want me. There are tens of tons of material.
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want to say to them.
Yeah.
But we can say, okay, we are a dear man. Idi Amin Kasam was see freedom of speech. I can guarantee you.
Yeah.
But freedom after speech, I can guarantee you.
Was it your free? Or was it? But there's another one. You can say yes, you freedom of speech, but they mean to me assure is your freedom after your speech.
So that's a freedom of speech. I can guarantee you.
Yes.
But freedom after speech, I can guarantee.
Yes, I can guarantee you your freedom after your speech. Say whatever you want
to say. Because after what you said, they guarantee you.
Yes.
So that should guide everybody. So I'm gonna be on here.
But like you be so catcher or say you'll be a can adrenaline in a year fem wabano. Yes, it be count as yasem. If so along the line, be can't be a quayasem okay.
I say we are in Lamusam United. They say Casa de Gazaman. They will say kinds of some. Your general answer, your general answer.
America, normally UK, judge your crack case then. I'll be to me, China, Geneki, Canada. Yes, no, Connie, baby.
General answer, behind him. Some because I'm not ball crying, everybody because, hey, I could have some in the wood. I say, as was no tone and either. And you didn't sitting west be why you don't need to use it.
Yes, and you're not correct.
Because you're in Africa. So, okay, what happened with Rwanda? When Belgium call here have a banner president. Then the four political team rebel from RPF, Rwandan Patriotic Front, and offer Tiba move from Burundi and Oba in the northern side of Rwanda. Oba also take over the government of Rwanda. That I'm not happy Hermana and the president of Rwanda. And I'm going to group from Utaramwe. What they were doing is almost 1%. I'm maintaining the government of France. Hutu government. No more one guy or Kasa on Radio Hutu Limited.
Yes.
Radio Hutu Transmission Limited. RHTL. One guy friend Honoré. About 3 years, all he did was incite Hutu against Tutsis. It's the title of the friend say we were saying the title they had the what you tell me say a friend say cockroaches something.
The Tutsis or the Hutus are cockroaches.
Oh, Tutsis are cockroaches.
Yes. It not refer or more.
Butterfly cannot be a bird.
Yes.
Yes. On narrative what happened between Tutsi, who's a Tutsi and minority in Rwanda.
Yeah.
Hutu are majority.
Yes.
But during the Belgian colonial rule, we used to Tutsi indirectly to rule the Hutu. I said a bit I say. I said Owia used to say our former minority to rule Akan.
Yes.
But when they handed over the power, every power of Akan. That time, not ever for they are well educated by a minority. I can't also do some educated. And the other answer, that's what caused the war in Rwanda. And then when they started talking, I'll be okay, Kofi, and that was Kofi, that time, no Kofi, UN envoy to Rwanda.
Yeah.
A BBC reporter, Jemima Genevieve or something, like I said, what she see, it is leading to genocide. Kofi can who profina, it's not genocide, then. There's a one Kennedy, no age on airport. Or catch Obi say what is it? Yako importo machetes, one ship from China.
At the back
room. The people want to farm. And it's a radio account say, oh, when they go to farming, they'll enjoy the music. Sana Omudi more group base. Using that radio Hutu Transmission Limited. And the more a friend say, radio just listen to this radio. The radio back at Namoye. And Honoré was receiving information from people. Munko Bia, Kasi, Munko, and people are rushing. So tell me now, Ebia Teka, Munko
move towards this place.
Before we are seeing in 3 months, over 1 million were murdered. Why? Because Obi Anumuka. Okay, Blegude of La Côte d'Ivoire.
Yeah.
Okoye was who ordered the Professor Laurent Gbagbo. Electrical Shabbat will declare results. No, Benjamin Panati.
Yeah.
Was President Laurent Gbagbo. They don't know any alien called Alassane Ouattara.
Yeah.
In about 2 months, over 30,000 Ivoirians. You can call on the travel for many of that. So loose talks results are very bad. We should entertain it.
Sure.
But having said that, I also just say I also exceed or power say me perish. But you see, when a judge of a lower court, a year pronouncement, good, what do we do? We appeal. But a capacity, a stature of Afenyo Markins, at the level of being a minority leader, a lawyer, a politician, to say, he even doubt if the judge has ever passed exams. It's an indictment on General Legal Council.
The judiciary entirely. But Uche, my own post to. You know what? On my page, and so I find your mark and I post in a real one page, and so they all kind of say 6 days after, as at this afternoon, I feel na judge na or judge na Monday I bring you no. I feel no the ruling ama omo. A bit mama omo kwa ama omo file the necessary appeal na. I was say omo ye no. They went there this morning one far more. They went there yesterday one far more. Just all the days now also more echo biano. They went there. Na judge then you willing say or the document. So be or post to my date Or say the remand order was made on 13th May 2026. Today is 19th May 2026. Yesterday, the registrar told Abronye's lawyers that the records book was still with the court. This morning, the story is that the court is sitting. Can the Chief Justice intervene or the Judicial Secretary? Sebe Ombenya court ruling. Until later in the afternoon.
Why is he calling Chief Justice now?
Enna, me who say what supposed to say afe no monsa can a ruling. No.
You can go to court and seek for redress.
Yeah.
You can go to look. Your mom is saying you could 500 million, 1 billion buy.
Yeah.
I'm going go for variation at court.
Yes.
Court a very amount.
Yeah.
Your human rights court. So if it's a judgment, I'm in any problem to make against the rights of friends. Go to human rights court. But in that stature, look at someone very bad. I didn't like it from because one of the I respected a lot in politics. But to say oh that to say my no person is Amsterdam. Oh, I could below the belt.
Two personal.
I had 2 personal.
Okay.
Look, John Jamama.
I got 2. Judge,
Jamama say, unanimous FC. Jamama say, unanimous FC. But you can forgive me when you're a lawyer.
Yeah.
And 2, unanimous FC are also real good amount for even though it's wrong. But for a lawyer, I was just before a Supreme Court judge, and I said, Judge, I hear argument, I win the case. Look, I said, that's what a judge. Our team generally make a case. We're passing the exams payer. Why? Because Judge Lenka said, obey detain will be until second and maybe. When the judge make that pronouncement, it doesn't end there. It's not final. There are a higher court. I'll be back to redress. If it's unconstitutional, there is Supreme Court will interpret the Constitution.
Alaji, in all days, 2 weeks in which you now.
That's what you said about Trevi. And your brother never mind 2 weeks. This brother ain't 2 weeks.
Also, to the extent that Judge Class had the source to say he should be remanded into BNI custody.
So, I bet you make a court.
What you remanded? No, maybe I didn't make a court there.
You can fast a judge and recuse herself from the case because of so personal interest.
Yeah.
She can do that.
Yeah.
What you say? Now, yeah, the Supreme Court judge, Chief Judge, recuse. What you can do, 2%?
Yeah.
But say, also, back on the got us in there. I didn't say, because listen, me, baby, when you say, yeah, we have 3 arms of government.
Yes.
Executive is 100% biased.
Yeah, politics.
Okay, so policy, no, politically biased. The legislature is balanced because in the legislature, no, your MPP or NDC in
now, like you know, money, you almost have to two number more executive. Now, if you know, Marco said,
legislature, a one-sided issue.
Okay.
As executive,
the opposition also will say, oh,
judiciary is supposed to be neutral. But the way you drag the judiciary into the politics, you say, you have to say, where your MPP, where in this and today. Then do you want to know for your crew?
They be allergic to more.
And I would go for now, see, MPP, and the abonne
trust
because you can't judge in the original as I will show you who's MPP.
Who's MPP?
Judge, I want to me predict to say, Aquawi Jana, Obexa committed federal offenses.
Now, on the Oka, when you
I
don't suppose to even to, but I believe you'll be a Obama.
But Alaji, you know, to do what dance is remanded the bem when we are in doubt to say the next court here in Nibia, Nipasumisi, Yenya.
And that's all in done so. Oh, Jana, obey in danger life. Now, Jana Sockers or Sack of Fire.
And
I can do a different man. No,
let's start with Chama Media.
One of the best at it.
Benghazi. The Edena Kuyi. The 3 more ding.
Unto me.
The 3 more ding to do.
Oh, sir.
But then in some you know, did he?
Chama unto me.
With that person, I win him.
With that man
way.
I mean, I'm so a small scale miner.
Exactly. Party about power. Ubi APB. Me, yeah, all powers is here. Meaning say, ubi a minor. Udi di comedy. Meso say a phone a me, I miss me the comedy. Meaning opportunities and I'm a boy. And the minor we are also had the ones having come sabe so medium. Ti assembly yo.
Niti.
Adena no okodia na nye na dwuma. Until we had a charge case now. Look, let me place this on record. Even his attorney general crank asa. Yeah, the charge sheet ba memory I could meet me request for it. through RTI anamebwa right to information bill the chama won't me court
yeah charges say dey bono
monfama
yeah
for a public figure it is the state against
but the attorney general's evidence or wow they born charge in there until say you be the case in we are not say e be obe put you in a form of an affidavit to the court no
that is fair. That is fair. Inti kama mi we cry. Meka say Alhaji so you know has his own opinion say oh sa style no there.
Yeah.
And Kebeya in this NK and based on this.
Yeah.
I will not brush Alhaji
yeah. Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
But look, I style differ.
Ubia will send you see fast so na there.
And come here molding. George what he say waka judge asempa o but wo pa kofa judge George kasa wo kan e nyina na hwehwe ba bia betimi dia bono ko adu nya da masa na meboa
no correct
na ayi your friend is a chama wuntumi you say one defraud by false pretense.
Defraud
by false pretense. Charge sheet baako me dem person make gina so they can asem na person making. Defraud, ana defrauding on.
Defrauding by false pretense.
Nti ni twi mu no say me chia George na wa ha utimi correct. No kwa na betimi abem. Chese wonim sa de na wo so obeye no. Oni hunim die oni hu capacity wonti me nye ena waje so obeye nti wadadae ana me waje na ayi chama wonti me wonu afu oso akwaje eka enu nti wagina so de akwaje hu loans oso akoto niema baby akoto niema no so yikubuza ya yese niema e wa ma meto ti asem ni ho what this canon they are co-investing in a different thing, right? Willfully causing financial loss to the state. Nesika obi di yo, by the obi call prison Kromwa. Cause on mine say you know kwa koto fun me fun. Me say dem mo na wo from ba. Now the one say David. As on mine any me. I was say koto ne wo soro de George Kuraibi.
Mahuna mani o
na de wa akoto but o man say ye die me die bi no ye de wo pe ye do betum nti chama wontumi na trimode ne doso he rose cocoa road kwa send nyina wo e no de nya mai
and is it more untumi 4 years in Owia
George tia we farmer chain no what say azim lo wonya bi George, you defend this idea. What he has say, we have farms in there. One uncle, this says, we pass our senior. Can no be form of Macron and can you?
So, won't you be made George? So, I do a phobia brufo in Suta area, oh baby, me boy.
Sorry, and Musubuti. And yes, and yes,
and mete.
What do you know about George and Musuti send your home?
Mete, allow you want TV. Say, won't you me adore brophobia in Suta area bio? Okay.
Na.
Oh, that's I'm your floor.
Maybe na say order brofu. Ebro bo so me nsa bo so me nine. Na wutwa.
Yeah.
Wutwa ebro no wi a. After 6 months after a year, obi ba hwa e dey no bi hu.
No problem. Nti wan hu afu no da. Na Israel wan hu da.
Ba so obi hu London.
But George, watch your brother and to fap a body be currency sim.
Investment
baby was assassin. A bronco and Mediano.
A two-chair brony we are the
Uja brony we are. Be Germany fu. Now assassin regaining the nutrients. Edu September, and my dog and my beans. Not anya nitrogen back. The following season, I say, dear
George,
it's in between over corner well food.
It can George authoritatively. As an MPP, person minimum communicator or bench chama won't me on one account also bench chama won't.
Yes.
Until now for no chama won't me have MPP Nibia or quiet no more with him no because men can send this and I can Nibia ordinary. So I have for a be employed. George, what you any paco?
I know there's something one can.
What's all to nipa?
I know the moru me de no wetimi aka.
There's something can change.
I say
as a more
George
reality.
Eye dey a obefa paafo amoma kwa akodo. So
enti what he say?
Apaafo no de
MPP ni bi o be
kono ontimi musa say.
Grabbing for instance. Farmers wo hopa. Enu nti George na yi a wo ye he's blessed with so many.
Na George no fa apaafo obuso om say we MPP ni NDC ni. So musa.
There be George Musa.
Wo de odwuma na opese ye ma o.
The enti George Musa ne say. George there's one original chairman. Where original chairman of
now the
original chairman.
We original chairman
bravo. The devil is always in the detail.
George December na go 2024. Na me live back. Was so tuna about session. Na me mark where is kana okoe. Day o ka so be ba wa ma. The third day no my. Na me ko be any die of them. Asa NDC t-shirt good them hon. My sponsor kwana mana
ko 20. You know you cannot do away with that. But you see we yakoje aban besia ye de ba be ye fu. Ese aban nya so mfa so. Aban mfa so a obenya ne se ne mabunu titiri wanya adwuma ye. Nti George chama wuntimi otna ne man simu no ye bone wo ho no mo a. Let me say ka me hu ne say kwa asuo ne boy na.
Okay.
Na dey won sam you he contract, cocoa contract. Ono an call for na TV ne radio so okay. Manzo wan cocoa road wanye. Masa na waje aban adwuma na wanye ye papa. Wan road chama wuntumi wanye. Ko ben ade won kwa na didi. Nti achimode ne doso chama wuntumi. Enu na di na wie baby a wawie no.
Mate yenko eni mo.
Wo se wusi ho no. Di me di wo sie no.
Nyame na mpese misi ho no obre na me de ma ho no.
Me di wo si me di chama wuntumi di esie no. De me pese politician bia no hu ni se tumi ye ni nkaso. Ti wade bia wo ye no hu se kena wo. Chama wuntumi no otwa mines asase to nyina no se nke ende ho a e bia nka ne ha no be keto abi. We dey just a portion of it all. The extra eba no. Ni nyina suggest you say papa na ntiri mo den dodo. Na abronye DC. Patapa. P2. Ya dem run ro. Look, let me place this on record again. NDC aban enchi abronye. Eyemra ena ne din hiemu. Ana meboa. Eno omo e dem rana hye omo nsa se omo mfa mra ne nya adwuma no ena abronye so no omo asan akodi nhyiamu chama wuntumi kura ya ye kana asemi nso odu court no e measured pao me hwa ne court proceedings no ye wi a e lawyer ni a ode ne ko e ne kasa ana meboa
no kre
yeah
lawyer ni ode ne ko e ne kasa
throughout the case ni nyina
because omo nim ne ye kafa court proceedings even a friendly fire obetimi ato but how you do it is very important.
Yeah.
Abronya asem o ka che judge ide sebi memory akubu amete o ka che me a ebe ha me ha masifo nyina waso de botton na egu ni tri so na mu di nsem hu ti asem ni yo na papa no so ten hu se wo ye serious personal sa de no we Would do be at the fabric of this nation. So you can't call the court now. You cannot wipe away the moral fabric of it.
Oh yes, oh yeah.
The moral fabric of it no cry no carry weight. Yen cultural values no more. A chance I'm rana ye kokano ho. Meboa. Abronye. Ono why say ayi Wojina nsuo na no pa no osunsu kom wonim say abronye wo hye ba bi o hye wo de microphone koma na wan we obeka worse than it papa
oh there be ha the situation wo bisabre
situation bay
no benya kukuduro
and no na de ne koye sana no na de ne koye
ba so o ka judge di ewie na say
a judge de no kra ma ye sana no na de ne koye
the TV na so odum ne kakra onya asem no
before say judge ne de ne be ba no sana no na de ne koye
ani emum
free one and anu ya sa koyi na wo you think from ade e watch you.
Ozo say.
Eja o say sichire. What kind of bravo? Enti you see me cry no me expect contempt of court. Until say ayi judge didn't reason ba. And we say hey akoyi jana ha obey you see language. It may repair watch what I did for fefe. Who could do baby now one kasaya? You be gentleman.
Yeah.
But to be one on a casa penny be through a number about never tell me with gentleman now.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's true. That's true.
Kasaya near me yes and so say
yeah.
The Abronya di needs arrested with Abronya nkwa. It should send a signal to the entire MPP for no, especially Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia say we are beneficiary of that insult na Abronya yeah na or the bedi flag bearer na woody. We enjoy it. I'm saying so because wakasa was see a gage people. I say yeah, come on for
an MPP the petition akwakoma embassies na won Ghana nyina diplomatic economy the petitions akwakoma mo say the kurimu eti ye kasa ya na aban wo so achi
na bo ne bo no e wo ho nations wo.
Okay.
International community forum they will see through and see say your more can omu ana look Abronye is a threat to national security. Yes, let me repeat. Abronya is a threat to national security. If you have a person like Abronya, now it me describe a judge as somebody or they bottle a good nutrition no dins in Huna. Na say and cry what for mona. Sabi ya pumo mo ampume. Omo boy teacher for near the no one croniba. I dear phone see kotepe. One way a Bible judge send him coffee by Homotiatia judge we are getting
and the other day.
Asama make
Matthias Muru, but Abronya Jina we were no pania grow with Mazum.
Oh, what's someone Obeka?
No, so one man, no, ya, so.
But what can ye, not away who was every day who can ye, and no farm who could be ya, or be with nature, so I can wear so.
So we cry, we jina we cry, and Bembo be a city up.
And the judge in the air, it is going to wipe out near Mana and Ebu Boban. Hear me?
Maybe so Sophie send DC government to benefit over this Jandam ye be
you can call names.
First me empon.
Kasa chant me this.
First me empon.
Be this year. They be here as a communicator. So me about radio ni TV so especially if the case is so. Me empire me bo consistently ni say nyame somano. Na ne emeka bia no
ngofa amane emre o
enkotwitwiri bibia de amane
ebebre
because you see language there free enmu a eba ene ne ebetimi aye
ano no se watiri a
sinanamo so enti as communicators yenso yenya emotional boom
say by godfathers na mu defend no an ya na ekofa ba o so I catch you godfather nti so percent oh yeah you square no eye moro ya pon eye what you see ya
ama wanya akukudura o ya sa ne say Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia or benefit here one call it to order that you are the man is original chairman
yen fancy ya abusa for ya damase inso kre tomorrow yapon dabi yapon jo
baby japapay
e
abo bi owre fe no nwam ne mra ne ni pesebriku ono no se onye obi amana kose obiri konfa no se onya tenro hu were no no odi na bakra kokram to ni trim ebre bi atwam obi sori Ghana ha na ehunti Ghana for fe no junior Jesus edu ba bi atumi free sa papa ne sa no oni ma da no e tikam no kai se bre bi no kasa obi ada ene de okasa obi ana no stop in the car no traffic no
me da say on the note of Sankomo way ya da ma say Alhaji me da say Alhaji Abdul Salam Isa CPP Asante Regional secretary medanase Moro Yakubu Susuka NDC communication team medanase ewie and George Opoku Amponsa Eka NPP communication team medano ase ebisa for izuni topa dawa for amodia kontrifo kofie no yesremo muntie